I think they can actually potentially hear you now. Yeah, I've been adjusting all of the settings as we speak. Hopefully, they are all fixed now.
Let's just get a confirmation that we
I can hear
it.
you, but I can't hear me.
You should be able to.
Okay, there we go. Now, okay, I've got it now. Now I make it
You're
go
caught
away
up.
because I don't like hearing my voice.
Especially not with like a 10-second delay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
it's just.
what happens is occasionally when Streamlabs has an update, it resets all of our audio settings to default, except that it can't find default. So I have to manually go through and set all of our audio channels to the correct devices.
Fantastic.
Aneurysm.
Yeah, this happens frequently.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome back
How
properly
you
this time.
doing?
Hi.
So we already went for an
everybody.
intro, but we'll go for it again. We've been off sick, unfortunately. Some of us have had the spicy cough, but we're here. We're back to play again. So thank you for being so patient with us. As if proof. We are the Stormy Dragon Tavern, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and this is the Trials of the Xel'nari. The party have made their way, well, made their way is not really the correct term. They have woken up on the shores of a fairly unknown land. I will mute you.
Sorry.
It's great because you
that's why I
can
wanted-
server mute her, but she can also unserver mute herself.
Yes, they've woken up on strange shores, an exotic land that seems out of place for the southern climate that they are in. Storm is the only one who recognizes this land, having grown up here as a child and escaped it at a young age. The crew woke up separated on the shores, and most of which have managed to regroup with each other. Unfortunately, the Saps, ever so belligerent, have gone off on their own, attempting to not quite make contact with the locals, but upon realizing the location that they're at and the potential threat of the locals, who have been, according to Storm, known to murder anyone who is not from the island in order to maintain peace. The Sams decided, let's go to the most sacred part of the place and go inside the temple, because that seems like a great idea. They approached in lizard form, disguising themselves, and hoping that that would allow them to get in. However, it seems that there was an unknown alarm system, barrier. They're not quite
We've
sure.
got a natural 20 on this as well.
They got blasted back by a sudden gust of wind, unfortunately doing enough damage to smack them out of their lizard forms, revealing themselves as these little halflings.
But
And
we
that
were
is where
pushed.
we ended, where you had just been sprawled on the ground.
Were we pushed
far-
back into the forest?
Yes, you were. You were thrown back out of the temple entrance.
Good. Immediate thought. Hide.
Good
I'll
plan.
get you to make me a stealth check. Sam will not even argue it. He just immediately jumps up and scatters as well.
Yep. Where even? Where
Now,
are
did you
all
have
of my
Pass Without a Trace on?
No, they didn't on that
No.
second part.
You had turned it off, yeah.
They did on the first half of their adventure. On the second half, they did not.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Oh, that's a nice number. That's a big number.
It's a 2.
Actually, it's a 3.
3.
No, it's. Hold on. What's that plus 9?
1 for every foot of height.
27 for me.
27. Very good. You're
Yay.
definitely making up for your brother's shortcomings, who rolled a 14.
Anything he can do, I can do better.
You quickly
So-
scatter into the bushes. You assisting, noticing that his head was sticking out way too much while he was craning to see what would happen, and just pushing his head down into the shrubs.
I fucking body him. Flying rugby tackle. Whee!
There is several moments that pass where there is no sound at all, just birds in the trees and the sound of wind. Before you notice that there is definitely some movement happening in the shadows inside the temple. You can't make out the figure, but there is definitely someone moving around in the darkness. You do not hear them, however. You just see the shadow movement as you look.
Yeah. Any conversation had between myself and my brother will be mentally done. Well, it has been throughout this entire thing, but I'm just reiterating the point.
I feel like 99% of the conversation between you two is in the mind, even when
Basically.
other people are included.
It's just every now and then we're looking. Kovek. Like you say the one name out loud. It's like when you have people who speak different languages, and then they're talking their normal language, and then you suddenly just hear the name drop out there. Oh, you're talking about me. Or something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
you do see some movement. They have not revealed themselves as of yet. They seem to be trying to observe outside as well.
Yeah, that's what I was anticipating. I've got 1 3rd level spell and 3 1st level spells.
Red
And a voice inside your head.
Run directly east. No reason.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna. While we're waiting, and I'm pretty sure I'm
west.
very well hidden, I am actually going to take this as another opportunity to try and, if I deem it safe, at least with Sam on kind of a lookout, to cast ritually, locate object, and I'm going to focus on Kovek's spellbook first. Just on the off. It's one of those, we've moved locations, they might have moved somewhere else. If they're going to be around.
Sam sees you starting the ritual and immediately just slams his hand over your mouth and goes, he's mouthing it, but the voice is in your head. He's going, what the hell are you doing? They're right there!
Yeah, but I'm being real quiet about it as well, and hidden, and look, I'm panicking, okay?
If they're like your friend, they've probably got really good hearing. For all we know, they can hear our minds.
Storm can barely hear her own mind. I doubt they can hear ours.
Fuck you, man! Also, Storm has fucking perception out the wazoo, and you know it.
I know she does.
a race by
It's like when
Why
saying
are
that,
you
it's like
giving
it's like a slight grin, like when
Damn.
friends like rib at each other, sort of thing. And then I remember, oh yeah, Sam doesn't know Storm.
Samantha's been hanging out with Mug too long.
Yes, she has.
Yeah, and then it's like you know when you shake your head to reset your etch a sketch.
Mm.
It's just like yeah, no, that's okay. We need
Sam
to.
just puts his thumb over his shoulder and goes, if we're going to do something like that, let's move further away to make sure that, they don't see us.
Agreed.
I'll
Do you
keep
have
an eye
any
out.
of that
You go
thing?
further
Like,
back.
do you have any of that mojo left on you to make us really sneaky?
I've got... I'm almost stepped out. I can.
Nah, keep it if we need, unless we really need it.
Alright. Excuse me.
All right, let's
You,
go
you-
further in. So yeah, further down and left.
Okay, so you're heading more towards the sound of the river.
Yeah. Because if it's depending on how loud the river is, that might thought process. It's like it might cover up some of our sounds.
Why is this snapping to red? That's better.
It's like me looking at the map. Oh, this will probably fail again, but Samantha doesn't know this.
So yes, you attempt to locate object again unsuccessfully.
I do know. This is just a thought my brain had. I do know that I can sort of scry on Kovek's spellbook. You haven't got anything on it set to protect it from being scried upon, have you?
No.
Okay,
But anyways, not that you're aware of anyways.
not that I'm aware of. Yeah.
But it's also only 1,000 feet.
Oh no, that I know. It's just my brain's like, if I know that, then I shouldn't be scrying on Kovek's spellbook at all.
Yeah.
Was
By
the-
now you've
was-
travelled a good length of the island, and you're kind of getting the idea of just how big it is. You would realise that attempting to locate is going to be a bit harder than you first thought.
Yeah,
Because it is quite big, and they could be anywhere.
literally.
Just on the other side of this mountain. So we'll jump over
They
to them
could
on the other
literally
side
be
of the mountain.
anywhere.
Alright.
Just across the waterways.
You guys have been getting in a bit of a rest, a much needed rest,
Mm-hmm.
and attempting to regroup and work out what to do from here. Storm being the local expert, and Subtle not really wishing to part any wisdom.
I do believe Storm and Subtle were sitting at the entrance to the cave end of last session, keeping guard.
Yeah. You would definitely notice that Subtle is definitely looking uncomfortable since crossing the line, doing something that he is not comfortable with at all.
Oh, and she just is like, "Hush! Stop it! Why are you looking so nervous? It's not like anyone knows.
How do you know?
No one's ever told me off for it before."
He thinks about it for a moment. A Tua could know, though. He sees all on the island.
He's never told me off either.
Have you ever gotten to speak with him? No.
No, but that's not the point, you know? If he really had a problem with it, don't you think that he would have told the monks and the monks would have told me off?
You've been told off for so many things, I've lost track.
Yeah, I've been told off for literally walking. But not for going here. I don't know why it's forbidden.
It's not for us to know. But now that you're here, how do you plan to avoid your responsibilities?
Hey! That's for me to know and you
At
to
this,
find
you can
out.
see that there is a bit of a smirk at the side of his mouth.
That's for me to know and you will find out. I'm not going anywhere until we find all our friends.
Echoing through the chamber. We have found most of your friends. Who's to say the others are not in the village?
We
Woke up
need to
somewhere
make
else
sure
on the
they are
beach.
safe.
The only way you will ensure their safety is by speaking with the monks.
Okay, and I will do this, but I need to find them first.
They may be with them.
Don't you use your logic. It's not wanted here.
Logic is all.
At this, he rolls his eyes and turns away.
He would know
and
that
goes
that's
silent.
her way of admitting that he's right.
Hmm.
Because she refuses to admit he's right.
So what of the rest of you? What are your plans?
I'm asleep. Unless we
You're
do.
all going for the long rest option.
Yes, we are going for the long rest option.
Because at the very least, the spellcasters sure as hell need a long rest.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I only move half speed and I'm disadvantaged on all my ability checks. Yeah, I'll sleep too, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we have one level of exhaustion. You have two, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Thalai has spent the most time exhausted in the campaign.
Well, you know, I keep falling unconscious, and then when I get revived, I gain a level of exhaustion. So yes.
So the person with the highest con score by a large margin is the one who's the most tired.
It's not that much
It's-
bigger than mine. I'm not
It's
16 in
it's
con.
all my shoulders from carrying the team.
Fuck you, man. Says he,
My
who
con is
Dale's
literally
got a
just
20 con. He's got a 20 con.
literally the.
Mine's 19, because I cheat.
It's true.
How's your 19 again? Oh, you got an item, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
Just
I'm
find me
a
that
little health.
book. Just find me that book that adds a +2 to your con every 100 years. I'll be happy.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
We'll
like
get
you
it
got to
for
last
you.
5.
I was gonna say we'll get it for you, but it reactivates in 6 years.
Alrighty.
So we
Sam,
have a
you're-
lovely little montage of the sunrise over the waves and over the storm clouds.
Get to that shortly, because Sam and Sam are out in the forest.
Oh, yes.
Well, you were nicely tucked away in a cave, possibly with a nice warm fire. They are out in the forest, in the
When
jungle.
we
look-
learn of this, I'm gonna murder you all.
we are in a nice temperature controlled dome.
Yes, this
Oh,
is
yes.
Yes.
It's too hot.
just
for me.
right.
Except for me, it's too hot. I think, because it's to the comfort of everyone else.
He's stripped down. Let's be honest.
I'm naked. Yes, I've already been at this.
So if we cool it down, will you put on pants?
Probably not.
Seems
There's
legit.
one
Minus-
compromise the party needs to make, and it's the lie wearing pants.
Minus 10 degrees. He'll have to choose between pants or frostbite.
I got
You'll
cold
never take
resistance,
me
I'm
alive,
fine.
coppers. Freezes.
I've got resistance
Ooh.
to cold. I'll be fine.
At that point, you could use it as a kickstand.
gives gives new meaning to the term
Oh my
Xel'nari
God.
freeze.
Oh my god.
Don't you tarnish my catchphrase!
All right.
Every time you say that, just think of Thalai's junk.
I don't want to.
Let's move on.
Like a popsicle.
You're out in the jungle.
I'm a jungle.
How long are you staying by near the temple entrance? Are you waiting to see if someone comes and goes again, or are you moving
Waiting for another maybe. There's so much time we could wait and see, but they've not come out immediately. This is danger zone, so I'm probably gonna just abscond over more towards the river, see what more we can discover. So go properly towards the river, keeping an eye out for anyone who is down there in terms of like fishing or
Can you roll me a perception check, please?
that kind of thing. Perception, yes I can. What's that number? That's a 10 plus numbers. 17.
You start making your way towards the river again after finishing your ritual spell. You get about 3 steps before Sam puts a hand on your shoulder, and in your mind he goes, "Stop, stop, 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 stop. Someone in the trees above us, about 20 meters to the right."
In his head, he'll be like, are they following us?
Don't think they know we're here yet.
I think we're gonna need to do the sneaky bye-bye time. Half of this is just my brain being mush, okay? But at the same time, let's roll with it. Why not? Sam's finally coming out of her shell after God knows how many years. Why not?
Do you look in the direction that he's mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those like don't look and then it's like no
Immediately looks.
it's one of those quietly slowly sort of trying to get the peak.
You see the same person who was in the temple earlier who you know left and walked off in the direction of the village. They're up in their tree, tail wrapped around the trunk as they lean out, looking over the surrounding forest area. You can see they have arm wraps on, but wear no shoes of any kind, allowing their claws to dig into the trunk a bit more to get more footing. Most of their clothing is very similar in design to that you saw Subtle wearing, in the rich purple colors as well, that he wears. They are a grey, spotted color, and
Didn't the female one? Is this the female one that left? Isn't this one that looked like Storm?
yes, she looks a little bit like Storm. Yeah,
Yeah, so a little bit. Yeah.
not as grey or pale, but there is definitely some similarities.
Storm also has this really weird, almost blue sheen to her color of
Yeah.
fur, which
Whereas
is really
this is
weird.
more grey.
It seems a
like
little
one of those-
unnatural.
You see in you see like pigeon feathers and like in a weird light and they're like purple. It's like, that's a weird thing that shouldn't be.
She's grey
The
and
way
then weirdly blue sometimes. Yeah.
the way she leans out from the tree, you can tell that there is definitely a practiced balance here. You would probably find yourself falling head over heels, but they seem to be almost moving perfectly with the sway of the tree as they move back
Yeah.
and forth, which also allows them to be almost completely silent up there as well.
Do they? I might not notice it, but do they have a weapon wrapped around them like Subtle does? Because I know Subtle had that chain thing.
Roll me another perception check.
Okay, I'll do that in a moment once I'm not holding the weapon. Child.
Wow.
Meow. Yeah.
Wow.
Fuzz baby. What number is that? That's lower. That's 14.
It does not seem like they have anything wrapped around their waist. So if they do have a weapon on them, it's not similar in design to
That's cool.
Subtle's.
With that, what direction are they currently looking around? Or is it very much just as they're looking, it's a generic kind of like scan?
At the moment, they are scanning more in the direction of the entrance of the temple, but they do seem to be scanning the area. As you watch them for a moment, they leap almost effortlessly, not even disturbing the tree, to another tree, and again wrap their tail to catch themselves and hold against it.
Yeah, we
and
need
they
to be
continue this
gone.
motion for a while, bouncing back and forth between the trees.
Yeah, I'll just I'll say in Sam's head. I think we need to be gone.
All right, sneaky goodbye by time, and he will cast Pass Without a Trace. So I'll get you to make another stealth check.
Yeah.
Ooh, jeez, that is good. That is a 30.
Well,
Wow.
it's not a 30 for me, but it's close. It's a 29.
So you rolled pretty average then.
I rolled a 10. My stealth is crazy.
Yeah, you're still plus 9.
Expertise.
I'm glad I do have it. But yeah, 29 for
Yeah.
my stealth, and we don't leave tracks, which is the main
Oh yeah, very important.
thing.
Which direction do you start moving in?
She's looking out more towards the temple. I suggest we go down towards the. I don't really know what's around, but I'll say more like down this way, like thicker in to the jungle. Because I don't have a full landscape. I don't know where they're going to be cliff edges. I know where the water sounds like it is. But I'll go further in and then towards.
Yeah, as you start moving further south, you
water.
start hearing the sound of a waterfall nearby.
Yeah.
So you can make your way towards it. What follows for the next several minutes is you moving through the forest, keeping low, thinking that you've gotten away, and then noticing her in the trees again, somewhere else. She has not been able to track you down or spot you, but she's definitely scanning the area looking for someone.
She's being thorough. that she's not gonna get let off lightly. Is my thought. Okay. Shit.
I thought people weren't allowed in here. Don't mind me. I'm being petulant.
You're not there.
I know.
Although, what's gonna come out from you when Storm finds what Sam's been doing? I am trying to see what else I've got going on, but I don't think I've really got much other than. No, I've only got like shape water, produce flame, and mold earth, and they're only within 30 feet of me. So I'm trying to think of doing something that would make like a ruckus elsewhere, so she'd more be prone to go away. But I don't have anything like that.
Oh, so what you need is fireworks.
Oh yeah, what's in my inventory?
You do have fireworks. Storm has
Do
in
I?
fact given you firecrackers.
Yeah, but I
Do
can't.
you pass this knowledge, like, that is your plan, on to Sam?
Yeah, it is what I was saying into him. I've got a bag of beans.
Oh my god. Oh my god, not the beans again.
Yes, the beans again.
I mean, like, actually, like,
Pyramid,
absolutely, yes,
pyramid.
but...
Well, it can't be pyramid anymore. The pyramid's been done.
Don't know.
Se-
I don't know how that works. Because
The second pyramid.
My brain is thinking two things. One, could use it as a big distraction, but by doing that, they would have certified proof that there is someone else out there. And that could cause a lot more mess, so I'm not going to use the beans. Even though I'm looking at them being like, beans. I think that would cause, even though we're hidden, that would cause way more people to be on alert. But I want a bean so bad.
I brought up the bean chart.
Yeah. I talked to Sam, like, she's still following us to a degree, as in she knows someone is here, and if they are as stalwart and as stubborn as Subtle is, I don't think they're gonna let down easy. They're gonna
And Storm.
scout.
Storm is
And
just
Storm,
as
yeah.
bad, yeah.
Actually, yes, and Storm. They are going to scour until they find us. So we need to get gone or make a distraction somewhere so we can get goner.
I can try fairy fire.
You can do that.
Might cause a distraction in the area, but
How far away can you cast that, though?
not far. About
Yeah.
60 feet.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something further away. Like, I can entangle. I can create an entanglement, but that's within 90 feet, and that could.
You got any more
Hmm.
pyramids in your bag?
I mean, technically, yeah, I think so. The only worry I've got is by doing that, cause a bigger ruckus.
We set off some kind of spiritual alarm thing. I think they know we're here.
Yeah, I think we pyramid. How
I say
far
we
can
throw one of those things and then hightail it to the waterfall.
done? All right,
Oh
let's
my
go.
god, it's happening again so soon.
You
I'm
guys are
going
gonna
to get a
destroy
little-
my poor island.
I'm gonna get a little bit of dirt, and I'm going to do
Or
something
just-
similar as last time, like
Just
wrap it in a
summon an
little bit,
ancient
and then
red
I'm going
dragon, it'll
to
be fine.
try and hock it. If I only had Mage Hand, if I had Mage Hand, I could just like it away, and then yeah, I'm gonna beam. This is probably gonna cause way more turmoil. Sam's probably thinking like it's like a prank we do at school, but this school can kill you.
You're not wrong, and it will kill you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The bean has
Let's
been
see.
tossed.
Bean has been tossed. What do we get?
It summons a giant
Is it
cat.
pyramid? Is it a
Yes.
pyramid again?
Not a pyramid.
Oh.
What happens?
How far do you throw it? As far as you can.
As far as I can.
That's an
I'm
athletics
definitely
check.
going to be doing it more in kind of like back towards the temple direction.
This is possibly the worst possible outcome for your situation.
You mean best?
You will understand as I describe this.
Oh no, I'm so just.
You toss the bean, and like last time, there's a moment's pause where you wonder if anything's going to happen, expecting potentially. You've seen a giant beanstalk come sprouting from this bean before. You've seen a giant pyramid come sprouting from this bean thing. You expect something giant sprouting from the ground, and you're fairly accurate to what you see. A large statue, approximately 5 meters in height, comes sprouting from the ground with a perfect resemblance to yourself. It could have been carved by the most artistic of dwarves or elves. It is an exact replica of yourself.
We fucked up.
Not
we
only
fucked
that,
up.
You're
it
gonna get charged. with littering.
audibly starts calling insults at you. Why the hell did you summon me? You think you're better than me? You think you can hide in the jungle? Well, look, I'm right here now. It starts screaming out loud. Its voice can be heard for some distance.
You're done, Magnum!
I have not read the bean chart. No, I've got literally no idea what any of these can do other than the ones we
You
see.
immediately see the figure in the trees descend upon the creature, the statue. As soon as it comes, it goes, oh, you just missed him. He's a bloody villainous thing, that one. Sorry, she's a bloody villainous thing, that one. You know, she's committed all kinds of crimes, debauchery, everything. It's disgusting. You want to head that way. And points in your direction.
I was waiting for that.
Oh my
I was unfortunately waiting, thinking it wouldn't do that. As telling insults, it's yeah.
Do you want a trademarked dumb mug plan?
You're not there. But
Okay.
Throw another bean! Throw another bean!
This is
I
quite
want
literally
the bean.
the worst.
Telepathic message to
possible-
the cat's mind saying, "The statue lies. Beware the statue."
She is standing there
They
looking.
actually talk.
She is standing there looking very confused for a moment. But the moment it points in your direction, she looks that way and immediately breaks into a run.
Serpentine! Serpentine! we're gonna then run. I'm gonna say, well, we're still here, but we can like moving up towards the actual waterfall now.
I am going
So
to give
hopefully that's a
her
different
advantage
direction.
on her perception this time.
That's fine. That's valid.
she
Another
is
stealth check
absolutely
from us, or
I will get another stealth check from you, yes. Oh, it's not good.
This is amazing. Y'all are dead fuckers.
oh, okay. That's not 29. That math is hard.
What's the number you rolled?
37.
Okay.
I rolled
Damn.
an 18.
Plus 9.
Oh, we get a plus 10 because passed without trace.
Yeah, plus
Yep.
9, plus 10. All right. You were successful. Sam was not. And she
Samuel.
moves considerably faster than you do.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Mm. You are hurriedly moving through the underbrush, trying to stay as low as possible. You've been quite successful. When suddenly you hear, from behind, and you look back to see Sam being dragged forcibly back as a stick is around his throat and being pulled back against her body. She immediately trips into the ground. She says something that amounts to... You do not understand what it is. But the look on her face is that of death.
Immediately in her
messing around.
head, she's just going to hear, "You let go of him or you will pay."
You assume that she understands.
Assuming she understands. Yeah. Well, she seemed to understand. Well, she understood pointing from the statue or whatever it was doing.
You get a response meowing again, and she holds Samuel down with one hand while pointing her quarterstaff towards you, as if daring you to come closer.
Bean. No.
Yeah, that did so well last time.
The bean will solve all of our problems. No, I can't
Yeah.
guarantee this bean is going to be helpful in the slightest.
No. Put the
I've used
bean
up-
inside a fish and feed that to the cat and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I've used both my wild shapes.
It
so I
does
haven't got
specifically
that.
state it needs to be planted in dirt.
Ah.
Planted in dirt inside
Um,
the fish, inside the cat. Anyway.
I am
To get the
tempted
to get the fish, you swallowed the fish to get the cat.
to use my last 3rd level spell slot to conjure animals. I can create 8 animals, so there'll be loads of us versus her. But I don't know what she's gonna be, but she's good. But she's got death on her face, and it's like, no, I've lost this. I've lost him once before. I'm not losing him again. Yeah, I'm gonna cast conjure animals, and I'm gonna create. Oh god damn it! And I've got to look at the animal chart. This was suddenly dropped on me.
Just create a bunch of velociraptors.
No, they have to be. This one has to be. If I'm creating 8, they have to be of
Like a quarter or
challenge
something?
rating a quarter or lower.
You also need to know
So-
that the creature exists.
What rating is a
Yeah.
mastiff? Because you're going to have create some mastiffs and then have a cats versus dogs battle.
I mean, I will be honest. That is actually very tempting.
What rating
and-
is the dodo?
You don't know.
Surprise,
I mean,
motherfucker!
I haven't seen Axe be. Oh, I could do a bunch of constrictor snakes.
You could actually do the dodo.
I could do the dodo, but I don't know what the dodo does, like in terms of like damage and shit. So I might
You don't know what the dodo do?
What's the
I
challenge
do.
rating again?
quarter. Oh, I can do most any animal. I can do the most I can do is 1 beast of challenge rating 2 or lower.
You could do one of the giant lizards you saw.
Oh, that's actually tempting. I was thinking more bodies, but nah, I'm conjuring.
In fact,
I'm
actually,
conjuring one
you
of those.
could actually summon a few of them.
Yeah,
Summon a bunch of
I'm
cows.
choosing that thing,
The giant lizards.
the giant lizards.
All right.
I'm choosing. How many can I summon of those? Are they challenge rating 1 by any chance?
You can summon 2. Yes.
Yeah. I will summon 2 lizards, and then if Sam hasn't got any wild shapes left, I think, unless
You
Sam
both
is able
you
to.
both used your 2 wild shapes. To
Yeah, I can remember if Moon Druid's got an extra one or something.
Just longer time.
Yeah, that's
and
valid.
and better challenge rating for it.
Yeah, I conjure 2 of those.
How many of the CR 1/4 ones can you do?
8.
For I can do 8 quarter ratings, 4 half ratings, 2 challenge rating 1, 1 challenge rating 2.
Because a funny one would be to have 8 swarms of rats. So you have like 800 rats just going.
I mean, it's viable.
I want something that will hinder her overall. Like, more bodies, yeah, means more haggling, but if she just targets me and him, then that's going to be an issue. So,
These things
getting...
are, if they were to stand up on their legs, taller than Sam is, so they're
most
big.
things are.
The lizards are huge. They are
Yeah.
they are big boys.
Do you mind? Do they exist on D&D Beyond at all?
Not
These,
officially,
like,
no.
okay. Would I be able? 'Cause I need to know what they can do.
Let me grab it.
Well, you know what? Most they'll appear, and I'll just tell them, defend my brother, keep that bitch away. Because I'm not out to kill her in the slightest. I just want.
The problem
to
is the
let go.
unofficial versions of them are wildly different stat levels, anywhere from 1/8 to challenge 6. So they are Komodo
fine.
dragons, by the way.
Oh, awesome! They've got some poison in them, don't they?
No, but they do have some insane bite strength.
Real
Yeah.
real
It's like-
Komodo dragons, I do believe, have some sort of
I thought it was like bacteria in their mouth.
yeah. It's not like an actual poison, but it is not good for us.
Yeah. It's
More of a
fierce-
venom.
They ooze venom, not toxic bacteria, into bites to help wiggle. Yeah, that was more like that. Sorry, that wasn't me saying that's the thing they'll do in game. It's more like, oh, Komodo dragons. They're
No,
a
no,
thing.
no. Like
they do
like
this.
in real
'cause it's
life. Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
She does have a moment of confusion. Enough time for Sam to kick the stick up out of his way and break free of her before she rights herself and starts circling the creatures. Not completely forgetting you're there, but there is something bigger and more threatening here currently to deal with.
Yeah.
And she definitely is aware of how dangerous the creatures can be.
That's a good indicator for me, at least. Like, cool, neat. This one is definitely a keeper for future. But now it's the whole what? Yeah, I'm giving them both the direction of just like keep her away from us.
They start rapidly advancing on her in a speed that is quite surprising for the size of them and for a lizard-like creature. And she starts hopping and jumping backwards to keep her distance from them. You can see that she is trying to actively move around the trees to bring the distance back around to you. What do you do?
Here's the thing: they're speedy. She's speedy. We tiny little stubby legs. So I'm gonna try and, along with Sam, keep up to a degree with the Komodo dragons. But more like try and get them to be the barrier in front of us. Like if need be, like one in front of us, one behind us. Because I don't know if we can always actively see. It's just gonna be her. With that big, loud, pointy thingy, who knows who else is on the way? And now we're fucked. But hopefully it was loud enough for others to hear. I don't know.
Yeah, was it loud enough for maybe a storm who's keeping lookout to hear?
You are quite far away. No, there is
Yeah.
no way in hell you're hearing that.
With a waterfall or two
Can only
between
check.
us.
Can
Yes.
only check.
To be exact, you are about 5.4 miles away.
Sam,
that makes sense. It's
Sam, can you not tell Storm about the statue and let her find out when she walks back to her holy ground and sees a 5-meter statue of you?
But yeah, does that thing just exist forever now?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
It does perfectly state its existence and everything, but I will not tell you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh. They should just call me an architect.
This is amazing. Couldn't have
You
asked something
see
better.
2 or 3 times she attempts to move between the creatures to get to you, but they move in the way. And after a few moments, she pauses and backs off a little bit to the point where they stop to keep her away, but clearly are working as intercept. And she again starts meowing something towards you. She does not seem happy, but also you can see you can definitely hear the difference in the tone that she seems a little bit less certain.
Yeah.
Sam
I'm
goes,
trying
"Oh
to-
bugger it, to the waterfall quickly! You start running," and then cast fairy fire on her. So everything in the area, I'll give her a dexterity saving throw. She fails actually. That's surprising. I was going to say she passes, but no, that was a 4, not a 14. She suddenly lights up in a brilliant pink, like bright pink, as well as everything else in the area. And she immediately drops her quarterstaff as she jumps back, surprised by this, and tries to start rubbing it off her.
Then we're gonna hop on the backs of the Komodo dragons and get the fuck out of Dodge and pass without Tracer still running. But they weren't technically here when it was cast, so I don't know if they count it with
They
it.
don't get the benefit. Actually,
Yeah.
no, they can still get the benefit. You can add targets to it. So yeah, you start rushing off through the forest towards the waterfall as she is desperately trying to wipe off something that will not come off.
Because the Komodo dragons, if they're faster than us, then get on the backs!
They're actually about the same speed as you. It's just for lizards, they're quite fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's if we're like on the back, so to speak, then there's less bodies moving through the jungle overall, if you get what I mean. I haven't got to try and work in tandem because these last for an hour.
Mm.
As long as I concentrate on it. So I got Fuendos. Can't do much else now, but
But you're safe for the moment.
yeah. I just muttered to myself in my own head, like, oh, Storm's gonna kill me. So, no, Storm might find this funny. Settle's gonna kill me.
Alright, you make it to the waterfall. You have the option of going up the crossing stream or jumping into the waterfall. It does not seem she has given chase.
No. Is this going to be one of those weird things where I'm like, is there like a weird cave behind the waterfall?
You tell me.
I'm gonna.
Well, no,
I'm
I'll
gonna
tell
look-
you, but it depends on what you do.
I want to check to see if there's something behind. I want something that's a bit
You are
quicker
at the
and more
top of the
certain.
waterfall. Being able
Oh. Oh.
So
the
you have the
waterfall's
option of
down
jumping
here.
down.
We went up
Yeah.
here.
No, you're down here. There is another
Oh,
waterfall
sorry. Yeah,
here.
yeah. No, I get you.
You are at the top of said waterfall.
I'll zoom in for the audience so they can see a bit better.
Yeah, I saw these creatures in water, didn't I?
No, you haven't yet.
Oh, they were not in water. Do I have an idea if they're good swimmers?
They're lizards. They're big.
Lizards.
They're probably more
Yeah,
likely
how
to
s-
float than to swim.
How long? How is the current?
It is pretty steady. You might struggle against it, especially being so much closer to the waterfall.
Yeah. I'll say we might need to go a bit upstream and then across, or we can attempt it now. But I don't fancy my chances unless I will fancy going over the waterfall.
Could be an option. They don't seem
Go
to like
over the
magic, though.
waterfall.
They don't seem to like magic, though.
I don't think they know what magic is.
That could definitely
Truth be
help
told,
us out.
Storm doesn't really use it or such, and neither does Subtle. They're very whoa, whatever that is. But yeah, I don't think I've ever heard her talk about like clerics or sorcerers or anything like that from her island. But she doesn't talk about her island very often, so you know what? I don't even know. But yeah, magic, very foreign concept.
You would recall a conversation with Storm from earlier in the campaign where she was trying to argue that her abilities were not magic.
Yes.
So,
That's what I was
yeah.
trying to go by. Like, she doesn't use magic. She does her abilities arm because that's what she argued. And truth be told, it does feel different.
Right. So you're heading a bit upstream before crossing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get the Komodo dragons to make a athletics check. Yeah, they make it across perfectly fine. You swim across on the backs of the Komodo dragons, them effortlessly pumping their way across. It is not too deep, but it is still deep enough that they aren't able to touch the bottom. Fly might be able to, though.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
might be
if I
able
was to go in,
walk
it'd be
along the
like
bottom.
here.
But you do make it to the other side, and as so far, you do not see a sign of her following.
Okay. How long did this take overall?
Overall, from when you first noticed her all the way to here, probably about 15 minutes of you moving through the jungle trying to avoid her.
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to work out for pass without trace 2 Komodo dragons, but they weren't too far between.
No, this last part's only probably been about
And then
30 seconds to tops a minute.
But now we're over this side. We don't really know what's around. I'm just going to say we just go further inwards.
Gray with the raid.
And the hydrate.
Hooray with
Thanks,
the
Gray.
rain.
How was your
Boots with
stream?
the fur.
He was doing art. God damn.
Double hydrate.
I believe he was redrawing up the minion
Oh my god.
avatar.
Great.
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 Come on. Someone please. No trade. Someone please.
Gray
Glad you do this,
devil,
Gray.
more like gray
But
draping.
Gray, we love you. Please stop.
Using so many.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Kit put a no Drake. Toast, come here, you little shitbag. Hey, Gray, this is my cat.
I love Toast. Toast is so adorable.
Hey, audience, this is my cat. This is Toast.
Goddamn, Gray.
Now I want toast. I'm really craving toast
So-
right now. There is no bread,
My
but I want
shoulder.
toast.
Toast is
My
literally
shoulder.
the greatest thing since sliced bread.
We're designing the science. Oh, the science uniform.
Ah,
Yes! Oh my
right.
god! I saw the military design and it looks super cool and it reminds me that I need to
I want
redraw.
ice cream.
I need to redraw my character as and derailed. Back to game. So sorry.
Massively.
I'd kill for some Ben and Jerry's right now.
Oh, Ben and Jerry's, but what Ben and Jerry's?
Don't you dare
This is
touch
the
my Ben and
question.
Jerry's. There is Ben and Jerry's in the freezer. Don't you fucking touch my Ben and Jerry's.
But what
No.
flavor of Ben and Jerry's?
No! It's mine! You ate yours.
If you say cookie dough, I'm gonna be sad.
It's cookie dough. What's wrong with
Chocolate
cookie
chip
dough?
cookie dough.
Get the hell
No,
out.
no cookie dough. I don't like cookie dough.
No, yeah, well, you're
I'm
dead
one of
to
the
me.
weird people. I just don't like cookie dough. I do. My favorite is, at least what we get in the UK, is either the brownie, because the brownie one is great, or
The brownie
fish
one
food.
is good. Brownie one. I haven't tried fish food, but brownie
I
one.
am
love
a
it.
It's really good.
I'm a consistency and texture person. It's not just about the flavor, and a lot of them, because they got all the bits and pieces in them. I can't.
They brought out a different chocolate chip one, and it was absolutely terrible in comparison.
I was so mad.
It was like the
There's
cookie dough core or
also-
some crap like that.
There's
Have
also
a good
one
night,
I've
Gray.
seen that has peanut butter as well, and I like that one.
There's a few of them.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. So we
Alright,
we got distracted by stuff.
Sorry, we got derailed. Also, welcome in raiders to our game of
Welcome
D&D.
in.
To our idiocy. I mean, what?
It is. They call it D&D. This means dummies and dummers.
Ice cream.
Actually,
Uh,
it's a really cute little bowl.
No, it's Dungeons and Distractions.
I'm getting ice cream now. Damn it, sorry.
I don't
We
have
blame
any
you,
ice cream, but I
Gray.
do have
Blame you,
a
Gray.
Coke Zero for my hydrating.
That's not.
Mm,
So,
refreshing.
Okay.
I'm
You
planning
have
to
managed
go
to
more
escape.
like this way
So you're heading
overall, 'cause
north.
it seems like the thicker parts of the jungle, because they might be harder to locate us. That is the thought process. I'm definitely trying not to metagame. I know where the party is. So what makes more sense? What's going to keep us more covered?
As you start moving through this area, you notice that the foliage does definitely thicken out. It seems a lot less traversed. You also take note that there's a lot more wildlife present. Two more of the giant lizards look on as you go rushing past on the backs of two of them.
I
Suddenly,
just kind of like a little bit, but then it's like, okay, no, we're thinking away from those things. I don't want to have another dodo incident.
there is
Komodo's
almost a
hide.
dodo incident as you move past a group of them and they scatter off. These ones seeming a little bit more wild than the other ones you saw.
Oh no, I meant like with the Komodo dragons when the dodo basically liked me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's neat seeing the wildlife around. Obviously, not taking time to fully take it in, but yeah.
You travel for the better half of 45 minutes. Your pass without a trace runs out.
The
But,
Komodos are going to go soon as
Komodos
well.
are soon to go as well. Before Sam stops and looks back and goes, "Surely we've gotten past her now. No way she'll track us in here."
Never say never. Look up. I know how persistent Subtle was for Storm. If she's anything like either of those two, then I need to find the others quick.
Well, do another detective thing.
You sure? It hasn't worked the
keep an
last
eye
few
out.
times. Sure. Okay. I'm going to pick up a shell, and I'm actually going to think of the one person who's probably going to be the most useful in this instance, and I'm going to think of Storm's hand wrappings. I would think of Storm's compass, but I can't. Oh, Subtle's yeah.
She's not
So,
wearing her
is it-
compass.
Exactly. So I'll think of Storm's hand wraps. It's got to be an object, and overall, Storm is going to be the most useful person on this island.
You get a very, very faint tingle to the north.
Okay.
It's right on the bloody edge of it.
You're not even sure
okay.
you felt it. It's like a tingle.
But you can sense
Is it just the tip? Just the tip.
just the tip.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, in that case, I will be like, I think this way. In my head, I really wanted just to come around the corner with just to the part of just see Komodo dragons and go, ah! And then it's like, hi. It's gonna run out before then. But yeah.
Can always summon more.
No, I can't. Spell slots. Well, I've got first level spell slots, but that's a third level spell.
I just. All right. So you start making your way north.
Yeah, to where I felt the pinging. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I by casting. Hold on. Locate object. It would automatically drop my conjure animals.
Yep. So the dragons.
Because they're both concentration. So once once we were at that, and they were at their cusp, I'd use it and go. Let's go.
The other thing you're noticing through this jungle as well, that it is like a tropical jungle. It's quite hot and sweaty and sticky beneath the
Oh,
canopy.
we're gonna be tired.
And you're very low to the ground. You're amongst a lot of the foliage. It's very hot and disgusting.
Like overall, Sam loves plants, loves seeing all the different. But the way that Sam is dressed, with the bulky outfits, the slightly like extra like less layers. Yeah, this is not gonna be. This is not the one. But is there a hair flip?
Yes.
Oh no!
All right. As soon as the others are sleeping, we will skip ahead about an hour as you make it to the edge of the jungle, but also a cliff face.
Oh. Okay,
It
while
is
we're here.
several meters down, and it is fairly sharp-edged, but you can sense that they're underneath you.
What?
Do I start to hear anything at this point because I have been being
No.
watched?
They are still trying to be quiet.
They're
and they are at the top
stealthing
the
of
cliff.
30 something. I don't think I would. I mean, I can roll a perception. It is my highest skill.
No, they're above
yeah.
a cliff top. You would not hear it.
I'm
unless...
gonna look
Oh, it's okay. I just remembered I didn't have
down
my dice.
on the ground underneath. If we're roughly 30 feet, which is perfect because mold earth is 30 feet. Can I just like create a mound of an arrow pointing up?
You still need to be able to see the area to cast that. You have no
I'm
idea.
looking over the cliff edge. I can't see it. Okay, that's fine.
You can sense that they're below you, but you looking over the cliffside, you don't see anything. If you look over and if you wanted to do the arrow on the ground there, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
thought.
All right.
So I'm gonna just
you shape an
mold
arrow into the ground.
pointing up.
Okay. What else do you do?
I think I can have 2 effects going at once. No, one of the following ways. Oh, 2 of its non.
Sam looks at you a bit
Instance.
confused. Goes, what are you doing?
They're down. They're underneath. Apparently, I don't know if there's something that they can see that I can't. Kovek's really good at making things hidden, but I don't know if Kovek is around. That's actually a good point. I need to make something probably a bit different.
You only know that Storm is there.
Yeah, I know Storm's there. I'm trying to do something. They're
Do you want me to have a quick look?
Wait, you can do what now?
Oh, you haven't seen me do this one yet, have you?
That sounds creepy.
He lays down on the ground, flat on his back, and then suddenly just fuses into the dirt.
I can do that too, just not now.
Are you seeing that into his mind?
Yeah.
A hand comes back out of the dirt and then goes back down.
I think it is a spell I can do. I think I was looking at this. That's meld
Melded
stone.
stone, yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
And that is his last third level spell slot. For those of you down in the cave, everyone's asleep except for Storm and Subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Storm, you hear a strange sound from behind you of shifting stone, and it almost sounds like slightly cracking of the earth.
She immediately picks up her quarterstaff and is on guard.
It is from behind you, from inside the
Yeah,
cave.
yeah, like she's gonna run over and on guard and try to investigate what the hell it is.
As you're moving forward, you start looking at the stone on the side of the wall, and you're hearing this crackling sound coming from it. And as you get closer, suddenly a head pops out of it, of Sam's. Just... Ah, good! You are here!
What are you doing? How did you do that? Why are you on the wall? Are you real? She pokes him with her stick.
In my brain, I'm wondering, do you know which sound this is?
Stop it! Stop it! I'm real! I'm real! Stop it! And he catches your stuff for a second, holds on for a bit, and then lets go. I'm real! God, you have to poke me in the eye!
Where are the others?
Yeah.
Is Sam with you?
Sam's up the top.
What about Thog?
No, Thog. I thought they were here with you.
No, everyone else is here. That means Thog is the only one missing.
We've had an adventure. I'm gonna get Sam and they could explain it, because, they could be in trouble.
The entrance is over there.
Already gone. And then
She's gonna walk out to the entrance and like
as you walk out, coming around the
Like,
rock
look up.
face, you see a stone arrow a dirt arrow in the ground pointing upwards.
she looks up. Sam! Sam, are you up there?
Hold on, 1 second.
Is Toast up the top of the door
Eh?
again? Oh,
Doing the clip face thing. No, it's like the whole.
Sam!
It's the
Down here!
If you're within 30 feet, then you can hear in your head, "I can't get down."
She sighs and just goes. A rope goes up to you. It's knotted.
Yeah, it's self.
knotted for your pleasure.
No.
Convenience, maybe, not for pleasure. Thank you very much.
For a minute, I thought you said Ken, and I was like, "Where's Ken?"
All right, you make your way down town.
Yeah, where
Walking
does Sam
fast.
come back up as I'm going down?
Yeah, well, yes, he's completely unaware of these surroundings while he's in there, so he would get up to the top to see the rope and you descending over the side. And
I'll be waiting for him because I don't
Yeah.
know where he is.
So he will descend through the stone, seeing as he's already using it, so he might as well.
I've got a rope.
All right, you descend down into the cliffside onto the beach, and then make your way into the cave.
You see,
I give Storm a big hug first of all.
She is very confused because you have never engaged in a hug with her before, but she very happily gives you a hug back.
Cool. Okay, enough of that. I walk in.
She like pats your head as you.
You guys are gonna hit
Ooh.
the edge of the dome.
The dome's not up.
no, it's up.
Oh,
There's no
They
big up.
can't walk in the dome because they weren't here.
Yeah, they weren't
No.
permitted at the time of casting.
But then
Yeah.
when I turn
So-
around, I see a dome, and I'm like, "What's that?"
concerns me that there is so much map and only so little cave.
If you'd like to describe what I see, please.
You can see a small, dark grey, opaque dome of force in the center of the chamber. I imagine it is probably ever so slightly vibrating in like along with the sound of the lice snoring.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest because I just realised throughout this entire thing, me and Sam have almost done a complete circuit of the almost entire
got-
map.
You've got a nice
Yeah.
exploration.
Tired. So
Mm.
I'm
One
probably
could
just
even
gonna
say
like,
exhausted.
yeah, I'm gonna touch the slightly humming, vibrating. I'm just gonna like lay down on the dirt and be like huddled against it. You know, when people have like that thing that goes on and just kind of like is calming. It's like I need to go nap now.
Entering. You cannot enter, unfortunately.
No, that's why I'm like pressing against it while it's doing the vibrating. Like pressing herself against it in
She's
terms of
sleeping
like
against it.
yeah, it's comforting in a way. Just like it's magic. I've probably Kovac. You know what? This is the most comforting thing I have found all day. I go have a nap now.
All right. I assume the assumption is that everyone is going to get in a long rest because
Long
it's probably
rest!
much needed.
Yes.
Yes.
Storm and Subtle will try their best to like
Keep watch.
keep watch, but at some point they're gonna pass out in order to get a long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Obviously, I'll still be asleep while the others wake up because I went to bed before them. After them, sorry.
Oh.
So probably the dome will go down and there'll just be a little Sam huddle.
Who's taking first watch, Storm or Subtle?
Storm, I think, would insist on taking first watch.
All right.
Oh, actually, I feel like the two of them would argue over this, to be perfectly honest. But she would insist
No.
on first watch.
He accepts.
All right.
All right. You awake the next morning. Somehow Kovac and Mug have managed to get a good night's rest inside a bubble of Thalai snoring.
Impressive.
It's called mud. We put it in our ears. If that doesn't work, we put it down Thalai's throat.
You just gargle it at that point.
So, can we press the long rest
You
button,
can
oh
press
Dungeon Master?
the long rest
Oh
button.
god,
Yay.
thank god.
Get rid of a point of exhaustion. You can get all your spells back much
It does
needed.
mean that we have
Ah,
to
my
eat and
spells.
drink food, which is fine because we have the time to do as such.
I was gonna say I have like how many days worth of rations?
Yeah, we've got rations.
I've got
Storm
rations today.
Storm can also, she's familiar with the island. She can actually go and catch some fish in the
Ooh,
water.
we could eat dodo.
Yes, you can in theory eat dodo.
Good in. Big drumsticks.
Mm.
All right.
Mm,
So spell slots, glorious spell slots.
oh, and I can. You know what? I'm gonna keep message for now.
I'm
So you-
gonna slightly
Seems handy.
change up my spells because the one that
awaken-
was.
You awaken in the morning. It's still fairly warm, even for early in the morning.
Oh, by the way,
Um,
just as a note, because I keep forgetting to say this, before she fell asleep, while she was on watch, she did send a message to Barda.
No response.
And the message was just along the lines of, "Hey Barda, we are safe, but we seem to have found our way back home to my island. I will let you know how it goes."
When you awaken, it's a bit cool in the cave, but there is definitely you can feel the warmth coming in from the cave entrance. Storm, you're probably the first to notice when you look towards the cave entrance. Subtle is nowhere to be seen.
She immediately starts rousing everyone and tells them to move. Okay, everybody. No, actually, she's gonna run outside and see if he's outside.
You see no sight of him.
She runs back in. Everybody, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. Subtle is gone. We need to go.
What?
We need to go. I don't trust Subtle not to tell them we are here. We need to go.
I agree.
They already
Okay.
know I'm here.
What do you mean they already know? But he knows
Sam!
exactly where we were. We need to move from this spot.
Oh, good.
You got some really cool animals here, by the way. I
Sam's
like the
gonna-
big lizards.
Samuel's gonna sit upright and just be like, "So Sam did a thing.
Look, you can walk
You
and
should
talk.
tell him, shouldn't you, Sam?"
And she's trying
It
to
wasn't as bad as the
push
pyramid.
people.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
She's not listening. She's trying to push people out of the cavern as fast as possible.
As you're pushing Sam, Sam's just like leaning back against you, like, "Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. Like it's let's just say it was a monumental fuck up."
You
So
can
you
tell
people
me
may
all
have-
about it when we move, but we need to
Okay,
move.
we're moving, but your people might have to worship me now.
What?
Let me put on some clothes first. please.
Hurry up! I will help you.
I was gonna say,
No!
so as this was going on, I think in the first moments of Kovic waking and the dome dropping, she would have gone, rest, rolled over, seen like Thalai's loincloth just in a pile unpleasantly close to her face, and then just gone like, and ethically launched it towards the line.
Oh no, the lie doesn't wear a loincloth. It's free balling in pants.
Then she
Then it's
flicks that
her
into
pants
what
at
you
you.
are.
But yes, she is willing to yield to Storm's expertise and is going to come
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
walking
Yeah.
and stretching out of the cave with
Storm,
Wisteria on her shoulder.
Storm, where can we go?
This way! Just please follow me. We need to go south on the island. Please, we need to go.
Is
Why
it
south?
safe?
South is where I came from.
It is
That's where the scary lady is.
It's the only place, like... How far south did you go? Did you reach the water?
got a nice
the
temple.
ocean! You went to the temple?!
Is that bad?
We need to move
Okay.
really fast! Please, come on!
Good context clue.
Okay.
The temple is banned. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want the scary lady to come back again.
Did you not hear anything I told you about the monks
I-
at the monastery?
Oh. So,
It's fine. It's fine. They're worshipping me
Oh,
now anyway.
so Storm is our Storm, and Sam is Storm's Storm.
Emotional storm, yeah, at the moment.
We need to go.
All right, okay, I move.
Start
You know what? Let's
grabbing
move.
up
Let's just
stuff.
move. Let's just move. I shouldn't have told you
Storm.
this. You know what? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. We're going.
Let's go.
I
Storm.
guess I will be putting on my armor as we walk.
Oh yeah, you,
Storm,
you gotta put your armor on.
Yes.
you get to the cave entrance, pushing Samuel.
Pardon me.
You're about to
Sorry.
push him outside when you don't so much as see anything, but you have that sixth sense, that moment of something's not right.
Shit.
Things are a bit too quiet.
Shit.
You're aware of their tactics. You don't know where they are, but you know that they are watching.
She stops
the-
pushing Sam, holds him instead by the shoulders.
I'm assuming this is not me. This is my brother. Yes.
Yeah, this is Samuel.
Yeah.
And actually
Who is still talking behind you.
puts a hand
Right.
over his mouth and pushes him behind her. Shh.
Yeah. How do you say I'm sorry in cat?
Uh.
It's pretty good, Mark.
Just
What?
hide.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of another spell I was gonna take.
From who?
I think
Ladybag.
Storm like whispers to Sam in his ear. I think they are outside. You can speak like Sam, right? I think they are outside. You need to hide. There is a hut on the south end of the island in the forest near the cliff. Below the cliff. If you can find it, it should be safe and shelter. I don't think they know it's here. Now stay here. And she moves. And she goes to like, so she'll push to the edge here and she will try and peer out.
Samuel moves back a bit and then relays the message to each of you one by one. And just like quietly like, back that way, back that way. And
Do
starts moving back.
Mug will send a telepathic message to Storm going, "You're not thinking of doing something stupid like Thalia did, are you?"
She responds with, "It's okay. They at least want me alive."
Mm,
Now
we
you were
don't know
looking
that
outside. Roll me a perception.
25.
That's a lot of times.
That's a lot of people. Holding.
Yeah, she knows what her people are like.
You were very
you-
lucky.
Pack
4 of
tactics.
my rolls were well above 25. The other one was a 1.
Yes!
Okay, Storm spots 12 out of the 200 people that are out there.
There's only 12 people, guys. We can do this.
You look towards the rocks on the shoreline. You look towards the cliffside. You just happen to notice the bit of an ear ducking back on the edge of the cliff that was clearly looking over. At least one person is up there,
On the cliff above us?
and on the cliff above you.
Okay.
But now you know that they are definitely capable of making that landing.
Oh, yeah, she
you
does.
are capable of making that landing.
She leans down in the dirt. How many fireworks do I have in my chest?
Shit.
Storm gets another telepathic message. Will they listen to words?
I do not know. Just trust me for now.
The
And
entire time,
the whole time she's rummaging through, grabbing, like leaning down so that no one above can see her, because she presumes they're hopefully all above. She is putting fireworks down, as many as she can, in this hopes. She is going to set them all off. Hopefully cave in the entrance and dodge out. So she is outside the cave, they are stuck in the cave. She knows they have earth-moving abilities. She knows they'll be fine. But she wants to stop her people from getting to them.
and Kovac is as best she can, being a good squire for Thalai, and has like his chainmail shirt like halfway
Oh no,
up his arm.
this is the not the chainmail. This is
The scale.
Scale.
No, this is the scale.
Splint?
Yeah, this is the splint. This is the
Yeah.
splint.
So Kovac is trying her best to get Thalai as armored as possible.
Well,
Yeah.
you do take it down from 10 minutes to 5 minutes because you're helping me, so thank you.
Yes.
So Storm, you start pulling out fireworks and pulling out more fireworks and pulling out more fireworks. Every time you look at the pile that you set up, you look up to the rocks above you and you just keep going, I don't know if it's enough. Need some more. Keep going. Until you have emptied out all of your fireworks that you have currently hidden inside your bra of holding. You hope that it will be enough, though you don't really understand the science behind explosive displacement.
She has no
You're not
idea.
sure.
She's just like, this is her idea. She's just rolling with it. She doesn't know if it's gonna work.
All right, what do? You've set up what you can.
She sets them off
Igniting. All right.
and then dodges the
I'll-
fuck onto the beach.
Do you want to roll for this or shall I?
What would I be rolling?
The percentile, so D100.
You do it! Aha! I will roll awful!
60% of the time, the plan works all the time.
There is a deafening boom and
Earth-shattering.
explosions go off in every direction. There's a sudden, just brilliant, blinding burst of light. Those of you who were looking towards the cave entrance have to shield your eyes as it suddenly is deafening ringing in there. You're all stunned for a moment.
She's also
And I'll get you
hoping
to
it
make-
kind of disoriented and annoyed the people upstairs.
Get you to make Constitution saving throws, please, to see how long you were stunned for.
Oh gods. No, my precious.
Con save.
Oh god damn it.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's a 9.
24.
I had no doubt you would pass.
Con
Yeah.
17.
All right. So those who got above a 15 have passed. So you're only stunned for the round. Kovac, you'll need to make another save at the end of your next turn.
Damn it.
Storm, I'll get you to make a dexterity save. As yes, some of the cave does come collapsing down.
Dexterity save, that's 16.
You dodge the side as some of the cave comes collapsing down. It's not enough to completely seal the entrance, but it is definitely given a decent chunk out of it collapsed in, which makes it even harder to see from the outside.
And she books it.
As you start running, you
North.
see one figure, and you hear the sounds of other figures leaping to the ground around you into the sand. I'll put you right just here for the moment.
And can you let us know when people inside the cave who aren't stunned can have an action?
Well, she can run 90 feet in a round. Nope, more than 90 feet. 45, 45 plus 45.
Oh no.
Because she's going to use a key point to do it as a bonus action as well, to dash. So, for a 130.
35?
You make it
4, 8, 12. No, 130.
a decent amount, but
Is
you
it
see that they
135?
are
Doesn't matter.
definitely keeping pace with you, and two manage to overtake you.
Oh, that's fine. She just wants to get them away from the cave. She's
Um,
counting on them chasing after her.
You immediately, as you look around, seeing them standing around you, weapons drawn, though not looking to attack, it's more of a defensive posture that they're in. You recognize that the entire cloister has come out.
Fuck!
As you look around, you notice that Subtle is sporting a brand new black eye. Seems that some of his information that he brought to light was not welcomed very well. You definitely recognize the faces here. You notice a breath of air standing, looking most displeased. He steps forward, and there's a moment of contemplation where you're not. A number of emotions go over his face.
She just glares at him.
Anger, concern, disappointment, a bit of, I guess, joy that you have returned at least. And all he asks is, "What do you have to say for yourself?"
She just hisses at him. I have
will
nothing
get
to
you
say to you.
To make me a wisdom saving throw, please, as he roars back at you. A similar roar that
Wisdom
you've seen
saving
Subtle
throw?
do before. Yes.
I did real good.
Mhm.
23.
Okay. It echoes across the beach in the morning, but you've seen his wrath before. You're fairly used to it.
Yeah.
But it is definitely that of "Don't you dare challenge me," and he continues, ignoring what you have to say. You bring outsiders here. You'll go past the boundaries, desecrating our sacred land. And from what Subtle has told me, you have made things difficult. We just asked that you returned. Atua has asked for you in person. You should know how great an honor this is. None before have been summoned to him.
It is not an honor I ever wished for.
But an honor that you should respect nonetheless.
I was banished. No longer one of you because I left. Why would you welcome me home like this?
No one said you were welcome.
Good. I don't want to be here. I am here because I am without choice. Not because I chose it. Not because I came back with any intent of staying. I did not bring outsiders by choice either. This storm came and picked us up.
You recognize one of them stepping forward as True Smoke, and he wears the necklace around his around himself that signifies him as the Kupu, or the word of Atua. He kind of raises his hands as if to try and quiet and calm you both down. And he goes, "None of us know why Atua has summoned you. He did not speak of the reasoning. He has just said that you and you alone will step before him. After that, we have no reason to hold you here." And he looks towards Breath of Air. He goes, "And I believe we have no desire to keep you here."
You can notice that she holds a little bit of respect for True Smoke because of the significance his position has to her. And she turns to him and says, I will come, but only under condition. The people,
Speak it.
the outsiders that are on this island will leave with me when I do. You will not harm them. You do not need to harbor them. But they will leave when I leave, and they will be in healthy condition when they do.
Unacceptable. They
And-
will speak of our land. Others will try to come.
Then
They
I
will
will
break
not
the
go
balance.
see Atua.
You are not in a position to bargain.
I will not go!
At this, Mist steps forward. Perhaps Atua will decide their fate. It is by his will that we keep this land sacred and safe. And you notice out of the corner of your eye that she gives you a kind of smile. She at least of all of them seems the most happy that you are back.
Storm has a small flick of the tail that would also very subtly hint towards a slight happiness at seeing her, but it's barely there. She's still quite aggravated. Storm stares Breath of Air down for a little bit longer.
Those of you who were stunned, you are free to move and act. And
What does that mean?
Kovac, I'll get you to make a save.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Oh,
You can re-roll that.
Yay!
A natural 2.
That's another 9.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That's
one.
stunned.
Has anyone come to examine the opening of the cave?
No, they seem solely intent on the purpose of them being here.
For the time being, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to make a 5-foot cube pile of rocks appear. You said it shrunk the entrance a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Fill in the gap.
yeah.
Easily enough space for you to do that. Getting back to putting on the armor.
And I also realized, Kovac, you can't help me put it on, you can only help me take it off.
Ah.
Yep, it's 10 minutes regardless.
That's a shame.
You can hastily
Done.
don it.
If I want the AC from it, it has to be 10 minutes. Frustrating, right?
So I'm just curled up, probably
Oh, you're-
hugging a Vambrace eyes, just like swimming in fireworks, being like,
Actually, can I take another action to a help action for the stun?
Mhm.
Prestidigitation to make the worst smell I can imagine right in front of Kovac's nose.
Sniffing salts.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll give you
Being stealth.
advantage on your saving throw.
oh, thank God. Come on.
Remember, just nod and smile.
Oh, 23.
There you go. You shake your head out of it.
Oh,
Alright.
thank you.
You can hear a very heated meowing competition going on outside.
oh yeah, it's just very
It's just meow.
angry cat noises just outside. That's all
Yeah,
you
it's just-
hear. With occasional roars.
I am going to cast
all
comprehend
got arched back.
languages.
Ah, yes.
Smart.
You get
Hang on.
most of the end of the conversation.
We are
so far.
120 feet away, 130 feet away.
Yeah, but I
Are
think
you?
it casts on
Mhm.
himself, on herself,
I thought-
on the caster.
Yeah, but like, I was also going to go towards the source of the sound.
Yeah,
Also,
so you guys
you're
are
not
trapped.
talking softly.
True, but we are 130 feet away, and you guys are trapped in the cavern. So just keeping that in mind.
You would definitely get like the end of the conversation that's happened so far.
We are yelling.
So you get the gist that she is being asked to be brought before a tour, whoever that may be, and that they will decide your fate.
I write this down in my notebook and basically gesture to the other people in the room that I'm just going to write down everything I hear them say, and if they want to see it, they can come and have a look at my book.
So, will you come, or will we drag you?
If you promise to not touch any of the outsiders before I have spoken with Atua, and Atua decides on their fate, I will go.
He thinks for a
Otherwise,
moment.
I will not come peacefully.
He thinks for a moment and then, almost offhandedly, just says, Tahal Tahawapi. One of them will do the trial. If they are worthy, then they may stay amongst us until the tour decides. With
That-
comforts. If they fail, then they will be treated as prisoners.
That is not fair. They are untrained.
That is my final offer. That or we take you by force.
Can I do an intelligence check or an insight check to see which one of my party I think would have the highest chance of succeeding, including using magic? Because technically there's no rules against using magic, because we don't have magic.
I don't think I can give you a roll for this because this is entirely up to your own decision. I've told you what it is, so.
Oh, no,
aware...
no. I know what it is. I know what it is. Don't worry. I know what it is. I'm trying to... Storm is going to deliberate this.
So, if Storm was a betting person, who would you put money on?
Each has their own merits towards it, for different reasons.
Interesting.
I know who you should bet on. It's quite simple. Both Sams turn into spiders and hide in Thalai's pockets. I cast invisibility on Mug and Kovac, and then you choose Thalai as the champion.
I don't think Thalai would be able to handle this trial.
Oh, it's fine. He's got all five of us.
You don't know what the trial is yet.
You don't know. I
Never been
genuinely
told about
think
it.
that Sam has the highest chance of succeeding.
Annoyingly, my brain's thinking, like, what could this be? And I'm like, oh, it's going to be dexterity based.
Of course, we're monks.
And wisdom.
Exactly. It's like, oh, my animal forms.
The first thing you need to do is dismantle a 5-meter statue of some motherfucker.
Really hoping that Dispel Magic will do that. I'm really hoping it Dispel Magic will do that.
Okay, Storm doesn't
I have to
So-
know, but I know as soon as we get towards the temple, it's going to probably start yelling at me
So-
again.
I turn to everybody else and I say, there's some kind of trial being discussed. Apparently, it will decide our fates.
Storm also told us to get the fuck out of Dodge.
We can't
Yes.
do that until they leave.
Storm, before she agrees with anything, goes, before I agree, I have one more question. Are there any other outsiders you have found on the island?
None. You know that he is not one to lie.
Not any before we came here?
None. None have arrived since you left those years ago. We thought Ashore's safe. And now several have arrived at the same time.
As
I
I
wonder how
said,
that is to be.
the storm picked us up! It was the will of Atua.
At this, you actually see him surprised for the first time, probably in your entire life.
She speaks the fucking truth, mate!
So when Cat ears just go like the whole,
And again, this True Smoke speaks up and just, see, it is by will of Atua that she is here. We must bring her before him as soon as possible. He has reason to speak with you.
Does that come through clear enough to be translated by Kovac?
Well, yeah, we're all kind of yelling across the beach at each other.
Yeah.
I think it is unfair to ask an outsider to do the trials of a trained, and not just a trained, but only one of the monks of the monastery. You would never ask one of the village.
I think it is a fine assessment if what Subtle has said. They are all each capable.
She flurries a finger and Subtle feels fire at the... on his fur.
You notice that
On his
Subtle
arm.
actually looks apologetic.
She's mad at him, but she knows that he's only following his duty. Doesn't stop her from being petulant. She still singes him slightly, just to let him know that she's upset.
I think just by looking at Storm, you can tell she's upset.
Oh yeah, you can. Her fur is poof, and she's a
great,
fluffy
though, I love
cat.
it. She's foof. She
She's
is a foof.
full foof.
Tail and end arched back.
Tail flicking everywhere.
After a moment, Breath turns towards the mountainside. In the general direction of where the cave is, it's very well hidden still, even from here, especially with the cave in. And calls out, "You inside, step forth. Come willingly, or we will use force."
Does he say it in common?
No. He does not.
Storm rolls her eyes. Who do you think you're talking to? Nobody except the people on this island speak what we speak. Are you really... She starts, "You wait here!" And she starts storming back over to the cavern.
You find that the rock face is completely caved in.
That's perfectly fine. In common. Hey, can you hear me in there?
Yes.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I expected. Oh, Kovac. So I can secure your safety at least until we leave.
heard.
Oh, okay. Oh, which one of you feels like you might be able to partake in a trial, which will require you to Be very dexterous, have lots of endurance, and fight the wind.
You.
Yes, I am very proficient at this trial. I can do it for 3 days, but nobody else can. The longest trial time outside of my own is what, 4 hours maybe?
The longest would probably be about a day,
A day?
and that's pushing it to the absolute limit.
I require additional information when you say fight the wind.
You must fight. Okay, let me think of translation for this. There are like pillar, very tiny pillar, like the size of like small thick branch. That is no, that sentence don't make sense.
It's not a pillar. It is a small platform.
Oh, I know, but she's trying to describe it in the best way
okay.
she can. I know
can
what it is.
speak-
It's okay. I know what it is.
Use whatever language you want. I will be able to understand your exact meaning for the next hour.
Oh, okay. And then she reverts back into cat. There is raised platforms that are barely big enough for single foot to stand on, where you must stay. You cannot fall. You must ascend the mountain and stand upon this platform, and you will be tested by the strength of the wind. It will try to knock you over. It will try to stop you from staying upon your platform. And the wind is like nothing you have ever felt before. It is like blades against your skin. It is strong, it is brutal, and it is...
Kovac, are you repeating these words to us?
Yes. I am hearing, writing, and speaking.
And it is with fierce determination that it tries to stop you from achieving this trial.
The lie stops putting on the armor and walks out with just his pants on.
I still can't see you, and there is a
Yeah,
wall
but-
of rocks.
I imagine you've managed to get like some tassets on or something, and that's about it.
I just basically I pull because it's like I would have stopped. I just pull something. It all falls off except for the pants.
Hmm.
And it's like, Mug, look after my things.
You remember what happened last time?
The lie still has a point of exhaustion, my dude.
Duh. But also,
we
have
need-
the strongest endurance, the best athletics.
Speaking of the champion of the Xel'nari trials as well here, like...
Yeah.
This is
Also, Alice, you put forth challenging your skills and endurance to a Goliath.
And
Your
the challenge.
feet, I don't think, are small enough to be able to fit on this platform, okay?
Well,
Also-
guess what? Thalai's still doing it. He's still
Thalai. Hold up, Thalai. I know you want to do this. If you fail, we all fail.
If you
It is
fail,
not just
you will all die.
Thalai, if you are doing this, you will be taking my slippers of spider climbing with you.
Does that require attunement?
Yes, it does.
That's okay.
I don't think we have time. That's the problem.
She will negotiate whatever she can for you guys.
I've got a
yeah, Storm,
technicality
when-
for that.
Yeah. When do we have to take this trial on, by the way, Storm?
Probably like really soon. However,
Bother.
however, I can
it
try
will-
and buy you some preparation time.
It will take about several hours to get back to the temple, going all the way around the cliffside.
I was going to ask Ash,
Hmm.
because the long rest gives you an hour of
Downtime.
light activity, effectively.
Mhm.
Would I have been able to attune to one item of my choice? during that
Yes.
quiet time of an hour.
Definitely.
In that case, then we've chosen to attune to the Stone of Good Luck.
I've also got a technical question.
Yes.
A catnap spell gives the equivalent of a short rest. Can you catnap attunement? Just because I'm a sneaky fucker like that.
I can't see a way that would break the game, so I'm fine with that.
Storm will say, I can buy you some time. She says this in common because she knows that no one else can understand it.
Except for
It's not her problem.
Bad.
I can buy you some time if you do not inform them that you are capable of using your magic to escape here. Let them dig you out. You can take some time to prepare.
They will. I saw Mug cast the illusion. So I'm guessing because I saw Mug cast the illusion, I can disbelieve the illusion and therefore kind of like partially see through it. So Storm is like whispering to a rock face, but we can just like see a partially see-through pile of rocks that she's just whispering into.
No, she's not even whispering to the hole. She doesn't know the hole's there. She hightailed it. She's just
She
like
thinks it worked
talking
perfectly.
at the rocks. Yeah. She has no reason to doubt it either.
Other than the fact that sound would probably be traveling through it a bit easier.
In fact, she's just put her ear next to where the hole is because she thinks that that's just the weakest point. She doesn't think that like there's actually a hole there.
Okay, so
But back to the question you're all asking me. I
I
understand
think...
it's all our lives. But
How big is the pillar?
I am able to balance. If that's
you're
your-
still exhausted though.
But who else here has the same athletic skill I do?
The stone, the platform is actually large enough that theoretically you could, if you had small feet, put both of them on there. It is deliberately irregularly shaped to make it extremely hard to keep more than 1 foot on there with any balance.
You know what's better than 1 foot or 2 feet? 8.
None of us have 8 feet.
Yes, you do.
No, I've got 2. 1, 2.
And how long would the participant have to spend on this post for it to be considered a passing grade?
Storm would know the answer to that.
At least 1 hour.
It would be a minimum of 1 hour. It is not a short trial. And it is a test and a show of one's skill and an earning of respect. It is a trial of rights, of earning your respect among the monastery. It is probably the only thing that I have earned respect for here.
Sam, did you say something about your sister had a monumental fuck up?
Oh yeah, what did...
Yeah. Monumental's
So-
the word I would use.
Look.
You might need to get in their good books.
Oh.
Oh, they might not permit you to participate at all. What exactly
No,
occurred?
I'm thinking the opposite.
Oh,
If he is the chosen of their god and has passed their trial, he may not face the punishment.
That's probably a good idea, yeah. Sam, you can explain. And he just
Look,
looks
I
at
threw
you.
a bean.
oh, another one. What happened?
There. So, you may just have to accept that there is a statue of me that they can worship now.
Where's
Oh,
the
it
statue?
talks.
I'm sorry?
5 foot tall.
And it's
Storm?
by the
Oh, I thought you said 5 meter tall.
Sorry, 5 meters tall. Yes, sorry. Yes,
Oh,
sorry.
and
yeah.
it's
Burst
by
out
the
laughing!
temple.
You have not
It's by the
heard
temple
Storm
entrance.
laugh this hard in so long. Like, the cats all probably think she's fucking gone crazy and lost her marbles. She is so hysterical at this.
Oops.
You hear
But-
from behind you, "What is funny? I grow tired of this. Bring them out."
Oh, no, I cannot! There is rocks in the way, can you not see?
We will wait here until they have been removed.
Okay.
Every minute, some of the rocks just shift as the spell is recast.
Hi, Leah. Hi, Leah. I don't know.
She
So-
still has the most mischievous grin on her face at the knowledge that Sam has, like, desecrated the fucking temple. The temple
Sam?
grounds.
It's
Yeah.
That sounds as though you have imparted a great amount of cultural enrichment upon the previously quite isolated peoples. I'm trying my best
Yeah.
to see the positive in this rough die situation.
I
Thalai,
think that, yeah, when I get close to it, it might be a bit loud and rude.
Oh.
Yes.
How difficult is it going to be for us to talk you out of this? Because you seem extremely determined.
It is a challenge of endurance and strength.
No,
Character.
not strength. Dexterity. Endurance
also
and
say-
dexterity.
You did say strength of character. Being able to endure what the mountain throws.
It sounds
Yeah, but you must be able to move with the wind and dodge
Or
its
I have to
blows.
endure the wind and hold against it.
It will. I mean, you can. I suppose if you want to be a brick wall that takes the battering, you can. But I don't know how long you will last against it.
I have to last for 1 hour.
She
For
thinks to
what?
herself, and is like, I don't know if you will earn their respect in this manner. But
I
if
I
it
can
works,
give it a go.
it will honor the deal.
Okay, Neat, cool with sword.
Oh, also they are
Clearly Sam trying to back
requesting
out.
they are requesting you come out now. But I told them there are rocks in the way.
Oh, okay. So, Thalai, if you are doing this, can we stall for an hour and you put on these? And Kovac takes off these slippers and just like very unceremoniously slaps them both into your exposed chest. Here you go.
And I look at it where it's like it will barely fit over 3 of my toes.
Um,
I'll get bigger.
and Storm turns to is it who is it that's standing next to me?
Closest to you is Mist.
Mist? She'll turn to Mist and go, you should better get somebody to start digging.
Oh, if that
My friends
Like,
have agreed that
we
they
m-
will give it a go.
We might need to get someone to actually do move earth to plug up the gap.
Okay. I'll
Because
use
the
mold earth.
illusion won't hold up to shovels.
You presume a lot. They're cats. They're going to use their hands most likely.
Mist looks at you with an almost a really kind of look on her face, and then steps forward, just pushing you to the side, and draws her quarterstaff out, and then looks back over the breath and goes, "Your assistance, please."
She just
and-
sighs.
You know that they're capable of moving it pretty quickly.
She knows, but she was stalling as long as she could.
Alright, I don't think we're going to get 10 minutes.
Well, there is a number of stones, and they're not aware that half of them are illusionary, so you probably will get about several minutes.
That's
It
not
depends how
enough
much you want to
tune.
mess with them. Like, if you use Move Earth and just keep putting more stuff up there, like, to mess with them.
I'd feel uncomfortable messing with them so much, considering how deep a trouble we're already in.
Storm will wander back over to Breath of Air.
Hmm.
And
He is moving over to the rocks.
before they do any movement, she goes, obviously in cat. They have agreed, however, in honor of our traditions, I ask that they be given time to prepare for the trial.
As is customary, we will follow our traditions.
So you are not without honor then. Good.
At this, he looks very angry towards you, and you can see his lips curl up in a snarl.
She is pointedly pissing him off because she is so mad at him right now. She's a petulant child. She knows what pushes his buttons.
He grabs one of the rocks, leaning down, and bodybuilder style just hoists it into the air and just tosses it behind him with a bit more force than was desperately needed, but he seems to be quite pissed off as well. As he does this, Mist begins almost with surgical precision striking at some of the larger ones, and only a few hits are able to crack them.
Quick question. Did any of them
Yes.
refer to me by name?
No.
Gotcha.
They very pointedly did not use your name.
Do we find out that your actual name is Storm in a Teacup?
I could be a storm in a teacup one day. Who knows?
Or is it just going to be Storm in an A cup?
Oh!
Fuck.
Guess you'll find out, eh?
Beef.
You leave the itty bitty titty committee out of this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, oh, technically hers are a
Uh.
negative space, so I don't even know what you count that.
Technically, Storm doesn't actually have boobs. Like, she's a cat. She's flat-chested.
Exactly. The itty bitty titty committee.
She's just got like 6 nipples.
Yeah, she's wearing nipple covers. That's what her bra of holding is, just nipple covers. Nipple tassels. Why?
Yeah, I
Anyway,
will
moving
go
on.
up to Thalai and just be like, are you sure you wanna do? I could do it. If need be, I've got spells and shit.
Duh. So if I fail, you're one of the best chances to making sure everyone else gets out.
No, if you fail, we don't leave this place.
I am saying you use magic that they apparently don't have much defense against.
Not saying they don't have defense against it. It caught them very off guard.
Exactly.
And only one of us may attempt this trial, so it is good that we put our best foot forward.
I'm happy with it being Thalai. I'm just saying. I
Okay.
mean, depending on how things are, I can enhance you, but it might not last the full hour.
I've also got a question for you, Thalai.
Duh.
If you fail, what words do you want sent to your family?
Tell them I said hello. Sorry.
Do you want me to write something nice about how you put your own glory ahead of the lives of those you've sworn to protect and assist? Words about hubris? Words about the training that you are upholding in their name being like water off your back? Years of training thrown away in the wind so you can seek your glory, your name echoing from the mountains. Is this what your legacy will be? Is this how you want to be remembered? There is a line that must be drawn. We are not your enemy. You are not competing against us. You are not competing against the world. We are stronger together. If you seek strength, seek us. Seek working together with us. We are the bricks in a wall that cannot be toppled. The Xel'nari have reached back as this wall for hundreds of years. You are another layer that will be built upon. Let these words sink in. that these be the things that you think of at this time. And then I just pause and wait for a reply.
If there is anyone else in this party that has more endurance than me, more athletic ability than me, I am willing to step aside for them. But from the challenge that Storm has made it sound like, we need someone that is able to be both endure and withhold. I do not see, no offense to anyone else here, all your skills lie in many other places. My job in this party is to endure and to take the hits. This challenge sounds exactly like that.
Not wrong with that. I worry for your safety. Anyone who went up there, I worry for their safety. I just know you've got.
And if you ask if I
few-
do this for glory, we have heard nothing in our clan from anyone that goes to the Xel'nari. Anyone who goes to the Xel'nari never comes back, and we never hear anything of them. So I don't do this for my own personal glory and for my tale to be told down the line. I do this for duty. It's a duty that my clan owes to the Xel'nari. And if my duty is to do a task that may end up killing me, ensure that others live, then so be it.
But you don't seem to understand. If it kills you, we do not live.
If it kills me.
Yes.
At the same time, I think I stand the best chance of enduring and surviving it for 1 hour.
Keeping in mind, it's not about surviving, it's also about achieving the goal, which is to not fall off the platform. Which will have a number of skill checks, and you do have disadvantage on skill checks with your exhaustion.
I know. But nobody else, I think, has the skills that would be required. Nobody else has athletics nor has the constitution to endure wins.
I still think one of the Sams can heal themselves, can use the magics to assist their own abilities, can fight this in a way that is not head-on. Everything that Storm has said about these monks, it is to test and improve upon them. They do not make strong fighters. They make fast, shrewd, capable fighters that work in different ways. Why would they test strength? Why would they test these attributes when they want ones who can work around? If Subtle has passed these trial, he is not a Goliath. He does not have the skills of a Goliath. But I am here as a keen observer, for, as you well know, I'm not even Xel'nari. I'm just a half-orc. What would someone of my kind know?
Pulls up the race car.
I think
If somebody
the
else
the
wants
two
to
best
go
options
forward.
we've got are Salai and probably me.
We need to.
Sam,
we-
do you wish to do it?
But we probably have as best of a go as each other.
I would. Perhaps I can put forward a suggestion. If Thalai is able to rest and recover fully from his fatigue before attempting this trial,
Then it's Salai.
then it's Thalai. If they are too determined and insistent, we need someone who is at their best. And I believe that to be Sam. Can we-
Sam, do you or your
Hmm?
or your sister? Because I still don't know that you
Yeah,
are
we-
weird.
Oh yeah, we got a thing. Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah.
Do you or your sister have any spells that can reduce fatigue? Lesser restoration.
I was gonna say, does lesser restoration cure fatigue? No, I don't think it did.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't Lesser Restoration does?
The
Let's just-
fatigue is.
Greater Restoration, I think, can.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
I
a
thought
That's
Lesser
expensive.
Restoration to exhaustion. That's bull.
Lesser is just blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned,
Fair enough.
It's the
Fair
light
or
stuff.
whatever the DM then decrees
Yeah.
according. Obviously, this is how I want to wangle it, but I don't think you can dispel because exhaustion isn't technically an ailment; it's your body physically just being tired.
Mm.
And Greater Restoration does say it specifically.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go.
So lesser restoration is your hangover cure.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah. So Sam will just go over to Thalai and just be like, I'm not questioning your skills in the slightest. I worry for you, big guy, but you are one of our best shots. But if you're too tired, I will happily take this. One
Storm.
thing.
Oh, sorry.
That's it. When you say that you do this for the Xel'nari, though, can you cut that out? Because at the end of the day, this isn't for the Xel'nari. This is for us. This is for the group that are right here. This is for your family. So for this once, could you just do it for us?
If you all think it's better for Sam to do it, then I will step out.
Oh no, this is only if you can if you can get a rest. I would
Yeah.
like you to do this.
If not, then Sam. I
This is
know.
like right up your alley.
I know it feels like a lot has happened, but bear in mind, Thalai, less than 48 hours ago, you were strapped to a table being tortured. You need time. And if we can get it, great. If not, I urge you to rest. For all our sakes.
Storm. What is the
Storm's like out now. She's not technically part of this conversation.
Oh, so we can't call out to you?
You could, but you'd have to yell.
Okay. Hey, Storm. Can I
What?
speak to you?
Am I allowed to go speak to them again?
No one is stopping you.
They're hitting the rocks. I need to, just for 1 second, Like, I don't really want to get in your way, but they have a question. Is it okay? I'm just asking. I'm doing the right thing. I ask for permission, from the person in charge. She condescendingly bows at him.
He gives you the biggest death stare and drops the rock that he's just recently picked up and takes a few steps back. And very over the top ceremoniously, bows it towards you.
Ah, courteous great leader. And she, goes over to you and goes, what is it, Mug?
What can you tell me about the god thing?
What do you want to know? He is big angry wind spirit.
Artua, yes?
Yeah, how do you normally worship the god?
Oh, it is... By being one of the monk of the temple and training us, how does we do? We honor the Atua.
Do you have ceremonies?
Yes.
Do you do them any particular time of the day?
There is always someone performing these duties. But we do not... We do not engage with Atua. Only Kupatiatua speaks with Atua.
Do you mean? Oh, sorry.
Is that a person?
Yeah, and she points.
Still right.
Which is
Well-
great on multiple levels. You're now speaking in common and then pointing at one of them, so they're going to think you're talking shit about them. And Mug can't see you.
She
Well,
points and
technically,
goes,
actually, Mug can, because Mug can see through their own illusion.
she points and goes, oh wait, you cannot see. Yeah, is translation. Through smoke. Yeah, that is close enough.
So
They are
them and
the one
you, right?
who whispers Tua Tua. This is translation as best I can say. No, I have never spoken to Atua before. It is never been heard of that Atua would request the audience of another.
But you have been summoned, and soon they cannot say only one speaks to Atua.
My mother used to speak to Atua.
Interesting. What makes your family line so special?
I don't know. I don't think so. When she passed, I was not old enough, I guess, to be the next person to speak. So another was chosen.
Does Atua speak back?
All that Mama would tell me was that he whispered many great things to her. And that he was worth listening to.
Interesting.
I don't know if she meant his wisdom or his words.
Mug will turn back to the party and go, I think I can convince them to let us try in the morning.
Excellent.
Are
That
you willing to
concerns
take the
me.
risk?
What's your
I ha-
plan?
Ask them to let us take it in the morning in a very nice and polite way.
Just asking in general or asking as they go?
Asking Mug style.
I have recently seen the charm of your words up close, Mug. I'm inclined to trust you.
Oh, Storm, just as a side note, is there a person out there who looks like, and I'll describe the Watcher woman, like it kind of looks like you, but kind of a bit more grey and like this, and she's like got very like the armor she was wearing and things.
Do I
She is the one
recognize her?
currently.
Is that
yes,
Mist?
you would recognize the description of Mist, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Who is currently using a quarterstaff to shatter stone.
She goes, oh,
Cool.
yeah! She's here!
Can you? Yeah, can you tell her I'm sorry?
Okay. And she, like,
She's the
turns to Mist in Cat and goes, one of my friends asked me to tell you sorry. Does something happen?
for the lizards and the weird pink stuff.
For the lizards and the weird pink stuff? Sam, what did you do?
We may have had an interaction. It's her fault. She's the reason why the statue exists.
What statue? Oh.
Miss kind of stops for a moment, puts her quarterstaff into the ground. Your
She
friend is
Actually, like, Storm
most
actually looks
peculiar.
down and, like, kind of like, oh no.
To
At
hide the
Mist.
fact that she's laughing.
A little bit.
He possesses unnatural abilities.
Actually, on the contrary, it seems that it is quite natural.
What do you mean? I have never seen one to summon the great lizards from thin air.
Sam! Did you say? I will talk to you
Well-
later, Sam. She turns back to Mist.
Do you want to see on a completely separate note? Do you want to see these lizards I can summon now?
She just like face palms. And she goes
And a
back to Mist
beard.
and goes, "You would not believe the skills and the talents of the many outside of our island. I have learned many a thing from them."
At this, Breath steps in. Yes, of course, and yet more reasons to banish them from our lands.
You do not know the knowledge and the wisdom that we could obtain from the many outside. I'm not saying we should welcome people onto our island. I know this is not a thing that will change. It is against the will of Atua. But you are stupid for blinding yourself from the wisdom of others. They live a far, far more eye-widened existence than we will ever understand on this island.
You know the stories as well as any other. Generations ago, when we moved amongst the people, it was nothing but ruin and destruction. When the Tua set us upon our path and shielded us from the rest of the world, he created the sanctuary we have here. And we have existed here for many generations. Without war, without plagues or diseases, without want.
I will say there is much to value here, but there's a lot to value out there too. Knowledge being one of them. Shelter comes at a cost and a price. You live in your bubble and that is fine. But there
In
is-
common. The price might also be a compromised immune system.
She like
Are we going to war the worlds this and kill them all with a common cold?
Apparently,
Wait, no.
No,
they're
we
not being
exist.
exposed to germs.
They existed on the
At
lands
all.
before. They've got the cold. The cold happens. It's called the cat flu.
I've introduced an invasive species, Mr. Nibbles.
An invasive species.
Okay, but
halflings.
but
They leave behind construction and statues.
yeah.
rats wouldn't actually be that uncommon. They're capable of swimming for like 3 days. So rats on an island are not uncommon.
I know, I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny.
Just presuming they can survive the storm.
Mug is going to cast tongues.
Hmm.
And he is going to... Actually, is that... let's see if it's concentration.
As you cast your tongues, there is an odd sensation that happens in front of you. They've pulled enough rocks away that a number of them collapse in and tumble down, creating an opening. However, there is an odd bunch of rocks still floating in the air, which they look at most confusedly, wondering why they have not collapsed to the ground.
I will just walk through the rocks.
There is a moment where they take a step back, confused, and they seem most intrigued by your appearance. It's even more weirder because all of you look different.
Not a human to be seen.
Yep.
I'm blue.
I'll step forward with hands raised and open, saying,
Oh no, you go. Go. Sorry.
followers of Atua, we have had a bad beginning, but let's not have the future which is in front of us defined by our beginnings. We can choose, we can have a course of action which keeps us safe and honors Atua, as I am sure you wish to do so. We have heard the challenge put before us, and we would wish to complete this. We would wish to do so in a way that brings honor to your people and our people. We do not wish any problems that have existed to continue going forward. What we ask is two things. One, we would like to sit down for a meal with your people so that we can repair some of the miscommunications that may have occurred. We wish to do this with an open heart and an open mind. If this is not something you'd wish to do, we accept that, and we wish to then have peace, to have our own rest and respite. Our champion has been through a great ordeal. We wish him to have a chance to rest. For I am sure you would not wish to put an ill-prepared person as a challenge for the glory of Atua. Are these simple steps something that can be accommodated? And he gives a fancy full court bow.
I turn to Mug, and as I've grown accustomed to doing, I go, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Smile and look tired.
Roll me a persuasion.
So I'm assuming just normal persuasion without advantage.
Yes. Well, yes.
Lucky streak
Very
is
much.
continued. 30.
Very nice.
Snap! Okay.
There is an obvious flick of displeasure in the tails as there is a moment of contemplation, and Breath turns towards the storm. Yes, you have taught the heathens our tongue.
She turns to him in the cat tongue and goes, "No, this is news to me. I didn't know he could do this." she's like shocked herself. Like, Mug,
he looks
since when
back-
can you speak in our tongue?
He looks back towards Mug and yes. You are green or grey? I can't remember.
Greenish, yeah.
Green one. Your accent is atrocious, but the words are correct. I know not how you know our language, but you will be treated with respect until the trial is completed. Your fate will be decided then. You have my word. None of this you understand.
But Kovac
no?
does.
No, he.
No, tongues understand.
Oh, it doesn't allow you to... I thought it only
Yeah.
let you speak it.
No, it's you understand everything, and in addition, you can speak.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you just can't read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. That's what I was saying.
And I'll say, my apologies if my words are harsh upon your ears. It is through magic I am able to communicate as such, from my heart to your ears. In another short period of time, I will not understand your words.
He looks at you confused. Magic. What is this word?
You see Storm's eyes go wide. You go, and she's like,
I makes me sparkles.
There is power in this world. Power from the gods, power from nature, power from other places. For me, the power of words manifests. For our tall one, the power of signs manifest. For our blue one, the power of books manifest. And for the little ones, the power of animals and nature manifests. Power is what power is. We control it and use it in a way that benefits the world. This is knowledge which, as Storm has said, exists beyond your wall. If you wish, we will not speak of this to the rest of your people.
You will not leave the temple. You will not meet the others. It is best they do not know of your existence.
Would that cause problems?
Greatly so.
Would they not wish to see what choice Atawa has made?
That is Atua's decision. But until a decision is made in that manner, our traditions will be upheld. You do not have to like it, but you must accept it.
There are no paths out of us. I hope we meet on the best path.
At this, he kind of gives a slight nod, and then turns away from you. Takes a few steps past Storm, and then looks back over his shoulder. We will now head towards the temple. There, your friends may gain the rest they need, and you will be prepared to speak with Atua.
I'll look over to Storm and just give a little off to the side a little thumbs up, thumbs down, which way we go. You cool?
And she just she nods and goes, if it is our compromise, then I will accept.
He takes a few more steps and then stops, turns back to everyone, and in common says, during the trial, you will not be permitted your magics. It is a test of one's physical self only.
Oh.
Is that the word of Atua?
It is the will.
How is Artua's will enforced?
We have many laws. Pray that you do not end up on the wrong side of them.
I would love to see a written copy of your laws. That would be fascinating.
Storm, kicks a rock at you.
I think this is the quit while we're ahead.
Hey, if we end up being held against our will, I'd rather know legal precedent in this culture, okay?
You got a telepathic message from Mug. If every legal precedent is the guilty people die, that ain't gonna save us.
Bother.
Yeah, I don't think we have a ledge to stand on in this situation. We're literally in their territory.
But we
So,
may
yeah, it
be able
looks
to have
like,
a picnic under a statue.
It looks like
That may
yeah.
scream abuse at you the whole time you're there.
Oh, that'd be great.
I am gonna try and see if, as we go past, if I can use dispel magic on the statue and see if it goes away. If they let me. Oh God, yeah! Everyone's reaction to the statue. Also, I'll turn back to Thalai during this, and this is where I've been explaining. So yeah, I'm actually Samantha in this situation. We're finally having the conversation. They're
Wait.
meowing and meowing backwards and forwards. So this is the time.
Wait, so you've been a woman this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So now you kind of get why I like my private time in the bathroom. Also, in general,
Duh.
that's just to keep me away
mean-
from other people. For private time, it's your private time as getting yourself clean. You shouldn't be around other people anyway.
I mean, it's your own preference. You want to be alone when you clean and
Yeah, literally, it's the thing.
Yeah, to be alone when you
I don't understand why people want to bathe together. It's soup. Why are you eating other people's soup?
Well, to be fair, where I come from, you usually bathe together because if you bathe by yourself, then you're more likely to get killed by something. So, yeah.
And that makes perfect sense. But yes, this is my brother, Samuel.
Samantha. You're Samantha. He's Samuel.
Yeah, but we both also go by Sam.
We can understand the confusion.
Yes. Why?
Our own father doesn't get it right half of the time.
Yeah,
But-
like he'd even care.
Why did you pretend to be Samuel?
Now that's a long story, but a good
That's a
story.
very long story.
I guess
Is it because your dad's a shithead?
Yes!
The short of it,
I mean,
He's good with words.
I was going to say
Sometimes big
I
words,
didn't
sometimes
really
like
him. The brief
Miss-
time I met him, I did not like him. So good to know.
misogynistic, money hungry, doesn't really see anything above the own plans that he has set out for himself and everyone else because he is the center of the world sort of situation.
Wait.
But yeah, that's long and short of it.
Wait, you pretended to be a boy because he would not let you join the Xel'nari because you're a girl?
I mean, there's a bit more to it than
What a
yeah.
fucking idiot! You always send your best person forward, and regardless of gender. He's just an
It's-
idiot.
It's also a tradition thing in our family, the firstborn male.
Haha, I was firstborn. I've just not got a dick.
Well, you kind of did. Then it.
floated down the river.
Just reach into my trousers and pop out the packer. Yeah, this thing.
Why did you make it look so realistic if no one was going to see it?
It's a bit examinations and things like that. It's look, there's an art to deception, okay?
I don't
Ask
think
me
you
something,
needed
Mug
to
is
make.
not in.
Literally, ask Mark.
I don't think you needed to make a fake dick look that real if no one was going to see the physical product.
Well, no, but I
Yeah,
would
but also
know.
in perspective, yours looks kind of fake, and we see that too much.
And on that note, this looks like a weird elephant's trunk woggling around.
It's
I-
great.
I can't help with what I was born with. It's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm
try
sorry.
telling that to our father. You can't be helped what you're born with.
As I
And-
said, your father's an idiot.
Yeah, you can tell that Samantha is on the verge of an absolute rant about this shit. And it's very much, if you don't stop her, she will be going off on one in a moment.
Sam, I think it's time to stop. I think they're wrapping up their conversation.
Oh,
It looks like we've come to an accord, and that we are to be rested in the temple until the trial begins. So, Thalai, you will have time to fully compose yourself.
You sure you don't want to do it, Sam? I mean,
I'm a bit. I can hop around with next to no issue,
They
but
did say not using any magic.
Oh,
no, I'm quite dexterous.
but yeah, no magic at all. Want to be a bit of a.
But no, without any of that sort of thing, all I can really rely is on what I was born with, Dad.
Sam just kind of puts his hand in his
I
head in his
love-
hands and he's like, "Oh, you've set her off now. She's going to be going on about this for hours."
I love
hours.
that.
Kovac, do you have silent spell?
I love that the chief of the village can understand everything you guys are talking about, and he's probably just thinking to himself, "These fucking morons."
He's just like, "Oh, there's just
Effectively.
proof right in front of me of why we keep outsiders out."
Yeah.
Storm was
that
very
bit goes
fond of
off. So
y'all.
yeah, you're probably not going to be able to use the boots of spider climb. Who knows?
They're just
No.
shoes, man.
They
They're
said
just
no
shoes.
magic. They never said anything about
They're just shoes.
Yeah.
items.
They're just shoes.
Anyway, let's
We'll,
just
we'll work on it.
go with them if they're ready.
Yes. We'll walk and talk.
All right. It does take some time to head along the beach. Walking with the others, you definitely get looks back, especially actually all of you. You all look so weird compared to what they've been used to. Thalai towers over them by at least 2 feet.
And then there's me and Sam who get lost in the brush now and then because we're just like,
Kovac
run
is
I haven't
away.
even
We're
got my
here.
high boost yet.
It takes several hours before you finally make it to the temple entrance. Breath stands before the entrance and turns to you all and goes, "For now, you are welcome in our home. I trust that you pay it the same respect.
Of course.
Understand
long
that I have no
after is this?
desire to kill you, but I must uphold the traditions and keep this land safe. If Atua wills it, I will do so without hesitation." What was the question you had, sir, Mary?
How long had this taken to get here?
Probably closer to 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
It is a long
Do you want to change us
travel.
back over to the main map, by the way?
No. And you'll see why shortly.
Oh,
Because the
I see.
temple looks like a cave.
Well, the temple is built into a cave. So
Oh.
just seemed easier to put everything on the same map. I was half expecting this to happen with the other two still over here, but
Oh yeah, that would have been
Fair enough.
hilarious if we actually dug through the walls and ended up digging into
Well, no,
the temple by
it's
It's not
accident.
actually.
yeah, it's
I
this
know, it's not
close.
that close.
Yeah.
I know it's not that close.
Many
but that would've been
miles.
that would have been hilarious if we accidentally did that. We just kept on digging through to like
Through a
save-
waterfall and a mountain.
So you are led inside to what can be loosely described as a prayer area. Several prayer mats are on the floor. There is a bit of lighting, and you can see some rolled up mats off to one side. The place is quite empty. There is a number of incense and other things to assist with meditation and their different rituals. Off to one side, there is a cave that leads through. You can see some tables. It seems to be an eating area. To the north is a chamber that is mostly empty. You see there is some kind of chain apparatus there, but you can't quite make it out from here. And then to the middle north, there seems to be a large statue in the room and several stone plinths for some kind of meeting, it looks like. But you are directed to some of the mats for the moment. And I will actually give you these guys labels now so that you can actually see who is who.
Can I get a question in about the out before we got into here, if that's okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the statue that I made.
You were not walked past it, so you are not sure.
I was more wondering if we went anywhere near it, is it still being loud?
Was it taller than the canopy?
5
you would-
meters tall.
Yeah, it probably is close to the height of the canopy, but you are actually quite some distance from it, like about 2 miles from where it was summoned.
Because you might be
Okay,
able to
that's
get
fine.
Wisteria to check.
I have a question.
I have an answer, hopefully.
So while we were walking through, I was checking pretty regularly with Vellum, the Tome of Misspells, hoping to get a more accurate indication of where Volume 2 is hiding.
Mhm.
As we were walking, was I able to figure out a rough location?
Oh yeah, I
He,
forgot about
he
that.
can't really give a direction, but he does say, you walked to the north of the island. He does say that the feeling moved away as you walked that way, but has gotten closer again. He thinks that they're in the vicinity. He can't give you any more than that, really.
So there wasn't any other point in our journey at which the book felt closer than it does now.
No. It feels slightly further now than when you first started today.
Interesting.
Is it on a person?
I've got an idea, but I don't know.
I
Feel free
have
to
a-
type it out, though.
Yeah, I have a suspicion.
So if it's further,
All right.
where? Oh, ooh!
All right.
Does Mist? How is Mist when she's presented with my visage again, mine and my brother's? If she's anywhere near us, of course.
She has been constantly eyeing you off with suspicion and a slight air of caution.
I'm going to try while we go past and repeat how Storm said sorry in Cat.
I'll get you to make me a persuasion roll, please.
And then she
And a
replies in
performance,
common,
I think.
"Why don't you like baguettes?"
You can choose performance instead of persuade.
So charisma, which you suck at.
Yeah, but luckily in persuasion I've got a +1 because it's dotted for me. Oh, that's a 7.
Super.
She looks at your vain attempt to try and recreate the apology, and then there's a kind of look from her, and her tail swishes in a clearly displeased fashion, but she does not respond to
fine.
you.
My brother just hears in his head, snooty bitch. That's all.
I'll reveal the rest of this temple as well for you.
Temple map, temple map.
It's got the silhouette of Mickey Mouse.
Oh no.
You're all gonna die.
You have offended Ottawa.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah, there's a bit more.
this is rather nice.
We were so close all along.
Just through the mountain.
Just literally the other side of the wall. What are you talking about?
It's just easier. I just realized now, looking at the shadows, because it doesn't look like it for me, but on your screen, it looks like a guy doing the whole gun show kind of
Wait,
thing.
wait. Oh, it
yeah.
does! Hey!
Where?
Like going like,
Oh yeah.
I
Amazing!
don't see it.
The temple's just a very strong boy.
So the long one on the bottom
Oh,
is
yeah,
an
I
arm,
see
then there's a
it.
head, then
I
a.
see it. Yeah, the middle one's the head. I see it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going like, gadoosh. Yeah, I see it.
Great. It's like looking at images in a cloud. All right.
It's like looking at a mirror.
Aren't all our images in a cloud these days?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair.
So yes,
Really?
you were
Really?
directed places on the mats here. To sit yourselves if you wish.
The mats here, yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Yeah,
I will.
I'll happily plop myself.
Sure.
Oh, multiple people can sit as well.
You away, rest, and gather your strength. Who is the one chosen to take the trial?
I looked at the lie.
I also looked at the lie.
No magic, huh? It'll be me.
Very well.
It is Thalai. Actually, I'll cast tongues again. Thalai of the glorious Goliath Mountain people, chosen of the Xel'nari training, friend, and brave warrior, will take part. You notice there's a little bit of side eye as he's sort of saying that last bit.
By the way, through the whole like the walk back and still probably now, at some point Storm does approach Subtlewing and check in on him. And scolds him. Why did you go to them without us?
It is my charge to do so.
All we asked for was a night of rest.
I was worried you would abandon it.
I made...
This was my only way of being permitted back.
She thwacks him. I made a promise. Do you think so little of me that I would not keep it?
I pleaded for your friend's safety. I said that they would be no threat, and that they would not give up our location.
Yes, but I could have pleaded with you. You did not need to take this beating by yourself. There was no one there to stand up for you.
I do not need to be stood up for.
Well, you just took a beating for me and my bullshit, so I guess you had your own one coming.
It was coming neither from you or from them.
Sometimes I question your wisdom, Subtle. Skills are amazing. You are very, very proficient warrior. But your wisdom leaves a lot to learn.
What is it the monks used to say of you when you were young? Young and dumb?
Hey. Look. At least I knew it. And I chose to be stupid. I didn't do it out of ignorance.
I wish your friend luck. He will need it tomorrow. As will you.
She nods solemnly. I am not concerned for myself. I only hope that they can survive.
It is said that going before a tour is a great ordeal.
They also used to say that about the trials. As she just grins mischievously.
I am starting to have an idea of how you were able to perform so well. These magics, I think, assist you.
I do not have magics. I just have a deeper understanding of the elements. Have you never...
I have seen you perform things that should not be possible.
Have you never felt the wind and moved with it?
Of course. That is what we all strive for.
Well, instead of the wind moving you, I just move it. I speak
You
to
are a
it.
strange one.
It...
Perhaps this is why Atua wishes to speak with you.
Maybe. I will admit that you are the only one here, other than my friends, that knows that I have these abilities.
That I will not speak of. This you have my word on.
I was wise enough to at least hide this much in my time here.
At this, he nods, and he actually steps over to Thalai. I want you to be aware of what you face tomorrow. Come with me for a moment.
I'll go with him.
He leads you up to the apparatus in the north chamber. As you step into this room,
This one?
you notice that
Which one? Ah, I see.
top one. That the air here seems almost like stepping into the room. The current changes. There is a constant swirl of wind in this room, almost like an airlock of sorts. Looking up, goes. You imagine possibly up almost to the very top of the mountain. And you can see there is some sunlight coming in through some holes in the side of the ceiling. You see the chains go up almost to the ceiling itself, and attached to a small rock apparatus just here. The platform, you imagine you might be able to get 2 feet together on it, but it is deliberately shapen that standing upon it is next to impossible to stand just flat-footed. It's at odd angles. It would be uncomfortable to do so. It's deliberately made to be difficult. There's also nothing to hold on to, unless you were to crouch down and hold the platform itself. The chains spread out far enough away that you would have to extend your reach to reach them, the way it's designed. You will stand upon this platform and be raised up to the ceiling. There you will endure the cutting winds. It has been known to cleave into the flesh. Many on their first attempt do not last more than 10 minutes. Most cannot go more than a few hours. Storm is the only one to go over a day, though none of us know how exactly. It is not just balance and being one with the wind, it is enduring the cold and the cutting. The cold, I think, will not be a problem to you. But even you will feel the sting of it. And prepare yourself for it. Good luck.
Thank you.
I have grown fond of your odd bunch. Whilst I will not accompany you when you leave, I do hope that you are permitted to leave with your lives.
I hope so too. We've been away for too long.
At this, he nods, not wanting to show any proper signs of affection, and walks off.
When
Oh,
did you come back to the group?
not yet. I'm
Okay.
gonna look at it. So, how I'm understanding it is that I would stand on this thing and it's raised up.
Mhm.
So I will stand here, and then they will raise me up to the ceiling.
Yep.
Okay.
And you'll be suspended on a chain platform with extremely strong currents around you.
Yep. Does obviously not this situation itself, but these type of winds, would there be anything like that back in my? Because
You've definitely endured extremely strong winds, especially some that probably have cut to the bone sometimes. there's no way for you to really tell until you get up there just how strong the winds are. But you get from the way he said it that it is definitely something that is not to be taken lightly. You probably are of the group the most prepared to deal with something like this. You have probably had the most experience with something like this.
Yep. Wait. I don't remember how to describe it.
I'll be 2 seconds, guys.
Have you attuned to the slippers?
Not yet, because we've been walking, so.
Mm.
But
got
he's
plenty of
got all
time.
night, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking. It's only for 10 minutes. But swapping out the fire rune to the frost rune on my earring gives me an extra 10 minutes to have a bonus to all ability checks and saving throws that use strength con. So being able to invoke that when I'm starting to feel it, probably good for like the final stretch.
Mm.
Actually, Mug will walk over to have a look at the apparatus as well. Oops.
That is the path that Mug will take. Through
Yes.
a solid boulder, apparently.
Donk.
Mug don't care. Mug is awesome.
It says so on my mug. Mug is awesome. Can I tell about how high up the thing will be?
You can't tell exactly how high the apparatus itself will go, but it looks close to about 8 stories tall.
Okay, so more than I was hoping for.
Yeah, it's going to be
A
out
fall
of our
from that
reach.
height could be very dangerous or even potentially fatal.
Well, it means more than 60 foot, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because a story's normally 10 foot.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, I could bardic inspiration every 10 minutes to give you a bit of a bump.
Yeah.
So,
Now-
you estimate the height of the ceiling to be around about the 80-foot mark. You don't imagine the apparatus would go all the way up, so you're not sure exactly how far it will go.
Hey, Kovac, so what exactly do the slippers do again?
They give you a climb speed equal to your walking speed, and it is spider climbing, so you could be standing upside down on the ceiling and be fine.
Probably would help with keeping balance on such a small platform.
Yes, yes, it would.
And
Especially one that's completely irregular.
So, there are 3 things I would like to do, Ash.
Hmm.
I would like to swap around the fire rune and the frost rune.
Okay.
So the fire rune will be going on the shield, down the frost rune on my earring.
Mm-hmm.
I will be attuning to the slippers of spider. And I
Yep.
will also be attuning to my ring of evasion.
Okay.
Smart choice. While that's going on, I think Kovac is having a quiet word with Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have my own objective while we are here. I trust that Thalai is doing the best that he can, and he will represent us well. I am very tempted to seek out something while we are here.
You could always wait until. Well, when you said Samantha, my brain was like, "Who the fuck is Samantha?" Took me a while to realize. Oh, it's me.
So convinced by your own lie.
Yeah. I don't know if sneaking off during a trial is going to look in our favor.
We have an evening.
Oh, you mean like now?
No, I mean once we all begin to rest, I was going to use some new magic I have learned, and go and try to find something. Would you like to accompany me?
Well, if I know what it is, I might be able to locate it for you.
I don't. I mean, you can try. The range, I'm unsure of, and I produce the Tome of Misspells. I'm I'm looking for a book similar to this. That the book assures me is present on the island.
Does the book have a name or something? I don't know if my locate object will. I can give it a go. Basically, is what I'm saying. Has it got a name?
I will ask Vellum. Excuse me, Vellum. Does your sibling on this island have a name?
Probably. It makes sense.
Is there a way to differentiate you and them?
She's one of them. I'm another one. We're different books. Like, we're books. What do you want from us?
Oh, nothing. Apparently.
Boss never gave us names.
Alright, I'm just.
That's alright.
Just a little bit. Spicy cough lingering.
Spicy.
I'll just turn to Sam and say, apparently the other book is female, or at the very least is being referred to as such. Is that a sufficient distinction for you?
You know, I really shouldn't be surprised about these sorts of things. Considering I've been masquerading as a male for the last goodness knows how many years, suddenly realizing that books have genders. You know what? That's fine. The best I can do is I can give it a go.
I would appreciate that.
I still don't know if it's a good idea for us to go gallivanting around while we're technically under house arrest.
I can be quick.
Actually, can I hold the book while I do this? Will the book let me?
Certainly. Do you consent, Vellum? I kind of hold.
I don't exactly get a choice in the matter, do I?
If you say no, I will not.
Point me towards them.
Okay.
Okay.
No, they look alright.
Cool. You all. I don't know what's happening here.
Yes.
Am I allowed to? Yes. No. Because I can't hear the book. Okay. I'll grab. I'll carefully hold the book, even while Kovac can also hold it during this period, because Sam prefers to hold on to something while casting this ritual. I'm going to attempt locate object on a book that isn't this book or Kovac's spell book or any of the other books that we have on us, because I don't know if these people use books or not. I have a general idea. It's one of those. It's a long shot, but it's a ritual, so I'm not losing a spell slot. It's a let's see what happens situation on the book.
Yeah, it fails, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I thought it might be. It was an on the
without you being directly familiar with it, you would not be able to locate it anyways.
Ah, yes, I can see it now.
Oh?
There are books here in this place. I'm holding on to. No, it's spelled. I have no idea. I would have needed to seen the actual book or know its name or something. That's what I was asking. Sometimes the name of an item helps, but I really don't know if. I mean, are you sure it's not someone owns this book?
I'm unsure, and as it stands, I've been doing a bit of triangulating. My current prevailing theory is that a hut that Storm described to the south of this island may contain the book.
In the hut?
Yes.
Oh. I really don't think it's wise for us to leave this temple while we're under house. Well, basically, we're under house arrest. You know that, right?
Of all the
yeah,
people to suggest breaking the law, I did not expect it to be Kovac.
what the?
Yeah, Kovac, damn.
Tell you
Also,
what.
can I just remind you that if, and you would be aware of this, if the trial succeeds, you'll be welcomed into the village as a guest.
This is what I was about to bring up.
Yes, but even if we're welcomed into the village as a guest, they're still going to say, no, don't go past the totems.
That's fine,
There's
it's never
bad-
stopped Storm
there's-
before.
There's bad juju over there. I don't know.
I mean, if in doubt, you could also send.
Storm?
Stop! My brain just kept going. Monk.
Oh, it's fine. No, because I'm AFK, I can't
Monkey.
see anything, so I'm just going off what I
But
can see.
you know what it's like when your brain immediately fixates on a word and you're like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
must be something like this, but then you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, yeah,
My
oh,
brain
yeah.
does that a lot recently.
I
I'll,
also like the fact that it looks like Alice's chair is talking to us.
Yeah.
What do you,
Invisibility.
wait, what do you mean? Oh, right.
Because you're not there.
All we see is a chair, and we're hearing a voice.
I cast invisibility
Kovac.
upon myself.
No, it's fidgets just in
Yes?
there somewhere.
In all honesty, this is a bad idea to do it tonight. However, once the trial has been passed, and we will, one way or another, I will help you seek it out.
I see.
I don't want to put anyone in more danger than I already have,
I don't.
considering the statue.
Yeah.
Also, if we go south, we're going close to the statue, and the statue's loud.
I am. I have the utmost respect for Thalai's strength. In fact, honestly, some days I wish I could be more like him. But I'm a little dubious about this challenge. He said it himself. He's not dexterous. He's just strong, and I'm concerned about what tricks may be pulled at his expense. So, part of me was hoping to hedge our bets and achieve as much as possible
No,
in
I get
this
that.
window.
Overall, he's definitely we've seen him take out things before, but
I know, but I'm a pragmatist, and I was trying to calculate some contingencies.
this next section will be in your head. As Sam just takes a moment, looks over to where Thalai was, and it's just. Do you think that Thalai sees us as just as Xel'nari? He keeps talking about how he does everything, obviously for the Xel'nari, and I'm like, is that all he sees us as?
My insights into our interpersonal dynamics are limited. I know that he does his best to do his job as best he can.
Just if he was applied to it, like told to go to another group, he'd just drop us.
That seems deeply suboptimal on the part of the Xel'nari. We have spent years learning how to exist as a team together. It would be a detriment to all involved to make such a request of him.
I like him. I don't want him to go.
I see that.
Time to go, no, my brother.
Just when I think I'm making a breakthrough, I'm taking back that book before you go.
Oh, yeah, yes. Turn around. Completely forgetting. Sam probably had it in the hand and hands it back.
Help!
And then,
I'm being stolen!
I'm being stolen. And then just we'll turn back to Kovac and we're talking to their head again, just like, we should probably have this conversation with him one day.
Yes. Yes, we should.
Right, now where's that bastard? Crack my knuckles. And I walk off trying to find my brother.
Sam, I think, is attempting to like mimic a form of meditation.
Hey, what you doing? Hey, how's it going? What you doing? Hey, listen. Basically, it's gonna be that.
You can see
Nothing.
He's
Like,
got his
Sam
eyes
doesn't want-
closed, but you can see it. He's like his eyebrow twitching, just like.
That's all that Samantha's doing. Is just literally the whole sibling bothering sibling. That's all that is. So you can cut away from me now.
You just get a what? Remind me why I ever wanted to see you again. I was happy in that bloody place. I mean, sure, it was weird and things were happening, but like, my God, it was 3 years of blissful not having to deal with you.
Yeah, but you miss me.
Unfortunately, yes. God, you're a shit.
Hey, takes one to know one.
Proud of it.
Yeah. All right, show me this meditation thingy, and Samantha will sit next to it and try to copy.
Right. Storm.
Yes.
Mist approaches you with a very familiar looking set of garb. It was your traditional robes when you were used to live here. There is obvious signs of patchwork from all the times that you managed to damage the robes when doing things that you were not permitted to be doing. And she offers them up to you. You will need this when you go to see a tour.
Right.
I see that you have not completely forgotten your ways, looking over your garb, and that there is obvious signs of your homeland in your attire.
She looks kind of embarrassed a little bit and simply goes, I am proud of who I am and where I come from. I just do not appreciate all our ways.
I understand. It was clear from a young age that this was not for you. I am glad you found your way outside.
I have found some truly good people.
I think your mother would be proud of what you've grown up to be. Though, I don't think Breath would ever agree with this.
She looks both incredibly sad and on the verge of tears, but also, like, lets out a bit of a chuckle.
Ignore him. You know he means best.
It is my fault as well. I have always antagonized him. But that's not going to change! Because who would I be if I didn't continue being me?
And that is why your place is not here amongst us. I hope whatever Toa has to say is in line with what you need as well.
I will listen to what Atua has to say. And I will will do whatever it is Atua asks of me if it ensures the safety of my friends and our people. But... And she kind of like glances over to where she can sort of see everyone in the distance. They have become my family. I feel a kinship with them that I never felt here.
Whatever happened to the one you left with?
She took me in. She has kept our home a secret, her knowledge to herself. She is of great honor and a warrior I will forever look up to. She is a woman of great strength on the inside as well as the out. She has become my mentor.
Perhaps there is not all bad in these people.
I will not say that everything out there is good. There is a lot of bad out there. There's a lot of scary things too. Things that I do not understand. But there is also good. There is knowledge. There is things that could make life better, but also different. And I don't think anyone here is ready for this. But there is a lot.
Perhaps time has changed, but we hold true to our teachings. When we once mingled with the others, everything was chaos and war and destruction. Atua saved us from this and warned us that the only way we could stay safe was being separated.
I know. I remember the stories. Breath of Air did make me sit through them until I could recite them back at him. And you remember how many weeks that took.
Yes, well, if you actually paid attention, it probably would have only taken days.
But I was bored. There was no excitement. There's only so much you can
warned
learn
him.
from tales.
You were not like your mother. You were not like any of us. Your head was in the clouds. Although this is why he was so disappointed in you. You showed such great attunement to winds. You showed such promise.
She like leans in and whispers and goes, "You should see the things that I could do now."
If you had have kept your teachings, then you would be named the next of the heads. Or, like your mother, you may have been named Gupu.
There is something in my heart that says that I am not the right person. Maybe one day I will come back and I will find a home here again among our people. But there is a restlessness in my heart that sends me out seeking other things from life. And it has always been there. Like there is something missing. And I must find it. And it is not here.
I hope you find what it is. And perhaps the tour can give you some guidance.
Yeah.
These words are cryptic. It took many moons to understand these words and to interpret them properly. He will guide you to the room, but he may not enter with you. Whatever Atua has to say is for you alone. None of your friends may enter.
Do you have any idea why it is that Atua has asked for me?
None. It is unheard of.
Yeah,
Only the Kupu has ever been within the chamber for the last 1,000 years.
that's what I thought.
Things have been different around here lately.
Different?
Strange happenings. It was only a few days ago when, well, no, about a week now, possibly more, and a great beam of light was seen in the sky. Things have been strange since then. Stranger still.
You have been close for quite some time. Or maybe I have been close. I could also see this beam of light from where I was.
The storms that protect us have been occasionally ravaging the island since that time.
They have come ashore.
That is why we hoped that you would arrive soon. We figured that Atua was angry that Subtle had not been successful in retrieving you.
Sato did not tell me any of this.
He would not have known. It happened after you left.
You know, there is a small part of me that wonders. Before the storm came and took us upon the shores, I asked Atua for help. We were in trouble. I wonder if he heard the call.
If it was not him, then Wenoa and Neki heard it themselves and came seeking you.
I had not considered this. How does the great beast do? Healthy?
It is another concern. It has not spoken with us since several moons now.
Not spoken? That is most odd. I will see if I can... I will talk to Atua.
Good.
Maybe there is needs that we do not know.
Perhaps this is why you've been brought back. Perhaps it is unrelated. It is not my position to interpret the words.
I hope that my worst fears are not to come.
You could speak with Soft if you are concerned. Of Neki.
I shall. I think I shall. After all, who are we without the great beast?
For now, rest.
I am quite well and rested. I actually feel rather anxious. There is a lot going on, both here and outside of here.
Trust me. Rest. Have something to eat. You will need your strength for tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Alright, you are right. I will get some food.
There you are. I will leave you to it. And that's where we're in tonight, because it is 11 o'clock. And we definitely need to get to bed.
Oh,
Damn it.
oh, I'm wide awake after all of that.
Oh, damn. I don't wanna.
Oh, so much going on.
So, if Thalia is at risk of falling, I am going to prepare Featherfall.
So they won't die, but they'll be excellent.
See, I've got enhanced ability and I really want to use it on them, but I don't know if that's gonna go against the rules. Because it's not his magic, it's my magic.
Yeah. I mean, if Thalia is falling to his death and I cast Featherfall, will they be all like, "Hey, no magic"?
Well, if he's fallen, then he's already
He's
Failed.
failed.
probably. Well, we'll have to play it by ear. We'll see. I'll probably end
Yeah.
up chatting to Subtle a bit next time. Anyway, that's next time.
The
I'm
good
still-
news is I have a +1 to acrobatics, but I have a +8 to athletics.
Nice. Whereas
And
I
at climbing speed now.
I also
I have-
have a stupid plan.
have +3 to acrobatics and 0 to athletics. 'Cause I'm not
And-
proficient in either.
Ash, I am relatively confident that the book that I'm seeking is in Storm's mum's hut.
At H.
At H, yes, down there.
You know,
Um,
H
Does that
for
make
book.
sense? H for
Unless,
book.
unless Ash is really throwing us all off, the book somehow is the god.
Who knows? I
No.
did have a thought on that one. You never know.
All I'm gonna
Well-
say is there's a lot of things on this island that will throw you for a loop.
Like
After all,
whatever
we
it is
totally-
that is meant to be on there that we're meant to see, and I don't understand what it is still. And I'm
You will understand with time.
yeah.
I think Storm's mum wrote the books. Just to throw a wild theory out there.
Who knows? Even I don't know.
Alice, the food is ready, by the way.
Ah, okay. Well, while I sort that out, y'all should figure out who we're raiding. Also,
Oh.
to everyone who came and hung out with us today, thank you so much for hanging out and listening to our story. I hope you had a great time.
Oh.
I think the players have just realised something on
I
the map.
don't know what it is.
Did you give them a hint?
I gave them a hint.
You should not have given them a hint.
The conversation you just had was a big
It was
hint
to
as well.
zoom out. It was to zoom out, and then it's like, what? I'm looking, and then I realized,
And yes,
oh, that's why I wasn't seeing.
The conversation that I had just now was very, very significant to the thing that you could not see.
We're in Pandaria, guys.
I'm very
a
happy
giant
with it
dragon
because
tail.
when you're zoomed in, you can barely notice it, but as soon as you zoom out, it becomes pretty obvious.
Yeah, but you see, cause I kept looking at the island itself. That's why, because
It is the
not on
island
the
that
island.
moves. It is
I mean-
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I had a theory that it was on the back of something for ages, but that's because I know Avatar: The Last Airbender and things like that, and games that are like moving island. It's probably on the back of something,
Mm-hmm.
but it might not be.
Yep.
So
Anyway.
thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you had a lot of fun. A bit of a lore dump on this one. There was potential for fights, but never quite came to be. Hopefully you will join us next week for when we continue and Storm finally meets her maker, her god.
Mm.
Daddy is my
Uh,
theory.
God.
That's for sure.
I guess we'll find out next week. Hey.
Who's your
Yeah.
daddy and what does he do?
It's actually the sea turtle.
Kovac will attempt to recover a book, hopefully in more legal means than less legal means, but probably not. Let's face it.
Hierarchy of importance is being powerful enough to stop crime. That is important. She's pursuing the power to be the best law enforcement agent she can be. And
By
this place
committing crimes.
This place has bonkers, stupid laws.
So where does your self-delusion fit in under your hierarchy of needs?
Extremely high.
There's a reason I only spoke to Sam about this.
You really should speak to Storm about it. If it's on the island, she probably knows how to get there and how to get it. She might even know what the item is that you're looking for. She has no idea about your book of misspells.
Yeah, but if Kovac's gonna like grave rob your mum's house, sorry, archaeology your mum's house.
What are you talking about? It's Storm's house. It's Storm's house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so Kovac's gonna steal from a party member. This just gets.
Who do you
Gets
think inherited
better
it
and
after her
better.
mother passed away? Of course, it's Storm's house. It's the house she grew up
this is
in.
gonna be dumb.
It's gonna be
Very, very nice.
but it's cute and it's adorable, and we're learning stuff, and we're having conversations like with characters and their concerns and stuffs and things, and yeah.
And
Sam's
most
gonna
of
become
it meow, meow, meow a lot.
Yep.
yeah, and Sam's now going to become an architect. 'Cause they've successfully created 2 monuments.
Before you decide on where you're writing, I'm gonna have to run because I've got work in the morning,
No problem.
and I
You
am
take care.
already
A wonderful night.
having a hard time breathing from the laughing everything. So
No worries.
Bye,
You
everybody.
take care of yourself.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Zoe. Have a good night.
you too. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
So, who are we
And
giving the
unfortunately,
love
she's
on
gone.
to?
But I will state that Tuesday nights we will hopefully be back at it with our
yes.
Stars Without Number campaign. Zoe, who has just left, is our glorious Star Master, Space Master, who runs our game in the Stars Without Number rule system. It's quite a lot of fun. Things are
Interesting.
getting crazy, is the nice way to put it.
Chaotic. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stuff and things and stuff.
But yes, we'll be back
know.
next week to continue the story. And Fly needs to do his trial as well, was the last thing that I did need to say.
So, Thalia, are you ready to take the trial of my people?
6
But is
days
it
later,
going to be?
How is the lie still up there? I don't know.
Oh, he died 5 weeks ago. He just smells that way when he's alive too.
No, it's like that thing in Monty Python with the dead parrot. They just like hammered the feet to the thingy to keep it perched upright.
Oh no, he's got the boots of spider climbing. So yeah, he's literally just died standing up there. His body's just attached.
Yeah. Are we doing the trial first, or are we doing Storm talking to the god first? We'll work it out.
We'll figure
find
that out
out
next
We'll
week.
find
You
out.
will
We'll
find
figure it
out next week.
Yeah.
We love you all.
Stormy,
And we will figure out who we're going to raid. I'm going to pop us over to our end screen. And please give our love on to who we decide to raid. It will be someone playing D&D most likely, because we like to support fellow RPG players and Dungeons and Dragons players and things like that. So we're going to find someone small who is playing a cool game, hasn't been streaming for too long, and we'll try and pass the love on to them. So make sure you give us our love on to them, give them heaps of support, and we'll catch you on the next stream. You guys have a good one.
Get you on
everyone.
the flip side.
If I can. Yep. Catch you all next time.